And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fed Reacts, man. Today we're going to be talking about the YNW Melly case. There's a lot of updates on it, some legal stuff that we can break down. Let's get into it. I'm a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations, okay, guys? HSI.
This is what Fed Reacts covers.
Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did commit the felony. So here's what 6ix9ine actually got. Racketeer conspiracy. This attack shifted the whole U.S. government. This guy got arrested, espionage, okay, trading secrets with the Russians. John Wayne Gacy, a.k.a. the Killer Clown, okay, one of the most prolific serial killers of all time, killed 33 people. Zodiac Killer is a pseudonym of an unidentified serial killer who operated in Northern California. All these serial killers, guys, they really get off on getting attention from the media. Many years, Jeffrey Epstein sexually exploited and abused dozens of minor girls at his home. It was OJ working together to get Nicole killed. We're gonna go over his past, the gang ties, so that this all makes sense. Right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fed Reacts, man. I'm excited, man. Today's going to be definitely a good episode. But before we get into it, guys, you guys know you're nothing without a team, right? So I want to introduce you guys to the guys behind the scenes that are making this thing happen. Bills, let's start with you, man.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Bills, J Bills. You guys can follow me on Instagram at JBills, JBILZ, your favorite super musician. I make everything from every genre, from hip-hop, Latin music, dancehall, reggaeton. Yeah, you guys can follow me on YouTube as well at Johnny Billions, and I'll be uploading free beats, and you guys can do whatever you want with them. They're free for complete use. Use them on your YouTube videos or whatever you guys do for your content. It's all yours. Just let me know.
Yo, this is Big Mo, or Media Mo, or Vampire Mo, or El Mo. I don't know. But still, glad to be here. I was actually looking forward to this case, so I'm gonna be paying some good attention. But other than that, you guys could follow me at BigMo_BITW. That is BIGMO_BITW. Don't forget the memo to believe in Big Mo, because that's an M-O. W Gorilla Mine, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Angie, I think, has an announcement as well. She's going to be on the couch, guys, because she doesn't feel prepared for this case, so she wants to be on the sidelines. But she has some updates for you guys on the channel in general and the Instagram. Go ahead.
Yes. So as some of you may have been active with me last Thursday, I made a live, and some of you tuned in and gave me your recent requests. So I'm gonna be reading some of them, and I'm gonna be reading from the top most requested ones to the least requested ones. I have number one. It's Hollywood bank robbery. Marilyn McCann. It's
the shootout one.
Yes.
The shootout bank robbery? Okay.
Shooting, yes.
Okay.
Marilyn McCann is also a highly requested ones. I know you guys been requesting this one, but as we have said before, we are prioritizing cases in the US, all right? And this happened in Portugal, but it's a case from the UK. So there is a bunch of cases from the UKs. I just want to let you know, guys, that I've been reading you all. The thing is that we are prioritizing cases from the US, okay? Because you guys been sending me cases from Australia, UK, and we are prioritizing cases in here because that's the knowledge that we can, manage.
We can speak the most educated about, that I can give you guys the most insight on.
Yeah. Of course, we're gonna do some cases from the UKs because you guys been requesting loads of cases there, but we're gonna prioritize first the ones that we have in the list, okay? I have El Chapo. I have the Barefoot Bandit. A lot of you asked for that one, so I told you that I was gonna read it.
Bandit. Okay.
That sounds crazy.
The Alcatraz Escape. The Alcatraz Escape is also a highly requested one.
Alcatraz Escape. Okay.
The Alcatraz, yes. People want to know what's gonna happen with John Dolph, the John Dolph case.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I still owe them Young Dolph.
Yes.
I had the documents for it, but god damn it.
Yeah, I know. They also request for Paul Bernardo and his wife. Remember that we watched that documentary on Netflix with them? It's a Canadian couple that were killing chicks up in Canada.
The blondes.
Yes. The barbecues.
Yes.
So that's a highly requested one. So you guys be requesting that one. So yeah, I guess we have to do it.
Okay.
Eventually.
All right.
The JFK assassinations. It's also highly requested ones.
JFK. That's gonna have to be that's probably gonna be Rumble only, and that's gonna have to be Orion Dawson. Because the thing with the JFK assassinations, guys, is we're gonna have to cover RFK as well, RFK Senior, and then that will then we cover JFK for it to all make sense. But all I will say is that Sirhan was not the lone gunman. Even RFK Jr. knows this. But yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll cover that. That'll probably be. Maybe I'll do it on Fresh and Fit. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Don't y'all are gonna get it. I'll figure out whether it's gonna be on Fresh and Fit or Fed Reacts. But you guys will get the Kennedy assassinations. I'm just surprised that you guys are even asking for that because yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. A lot of you guys. I mean, I was born in '90 and I'm familiar with the the Kennedy assassination stuff like that. But I didn't think that it would generate that much interest. So obviously it didn't go to the top of the list. But has there been a surge in people asking for that, Angie?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So just to sum up, yes.
I see him spamming SPM in the chat too.
Yes, they've been asking for. Yeah, I put it at the bottom of the list because I.
Dude, I'll keep it 1,000, y'all. That case is weird, man. It's not really like I could tell I could do it, but it's not that good. Just to be honest with y'all. I researched it already. Me and Angie researched it, and we're like, bro, this shit is kind of trash.
It is trash.
But I will give the people what they want, but it's not good.
Yeah, you guys been requesting that one. I also put it in the list, but yeah, it's in the bottom of the list. Just to sum up,
someone said do O Block, bro. Come on, man. I already did O Block. Come on, man.
Yes, I told you. Research the channel before requesting some cases because some of them Myron already done them. So yeah, I told them.
Yeah, guys. O Block, I did. It was like a 4-hour plus pod I did on O Block, man. I broke it down like all the way. I went over the federal RICO. I went over the King Von situation. It was like a whole. I covered the entire history of Wick City and the FBG guys. So AKA O Block. It was Wick City first. I go over all that stuff, man. So guys, go watch that episode. And I am 100% confident that if King Von were alive, he would have been indicted alongside all those guys as well. But sorry, go ahead. What else were you gonna say?
So yeah, to finish it up, the Parkland High School shooting. Parkland, remember that one?
Oh yeah.
They keep.
Oh, speaking of school shootings, Columbine video's up, guys. It is on Rumble. Okay, it is on Rumble only. Rumble.com/freshandfit. It is there. Columbine shooting is officially up. I'm sorry that I forgot to mention that. Shout out to Big Mo for uploading it, guys. It is there. Run it up, man. I didn't make any announcements on it. I'm sorry about that, but it is absolutely up. It is there on Rumble. Rumble.com/freshfit. All the episodes that I could not put on YouTube, whether it was some copyright bullshit or it was age restricted or whatever it may be, all those videos are going to be on Rumble. So shout out to Rumble.
Yes. So, as I promised, because you guys kept asking me in the live to upload the Columbine shooting, I kept spamming Myron that day. Like,
yeah,
Myron,
dude, holy shit.
upload it. Tell Mom to upload it. And I guess next Thursday we're going to upload the Menendez Brothers, right?
Yes.
Right, team?
Menendez Brothers will be next Thursday.
Yes.
It will be up next Thursday, probably by 8 p.m. for you guys.
Yeah.
So don't worry, it'll be there. Mo knows now. And shout out to Mo, because I told him last minute to upload the Columbine one. He was in the gym and he still got it done. So shout out to him. Yeah. And also shout out to Mo. He has all the episodes backed up. So if we ever do get canceled, we got all the content, man. So shout out to
all of them, including
he has everything backed up.
That's awesome.
Including some of those
episodes, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those episodes.
And I do want to say, the O Block case, I just put it in the live chat. So
Thank
there.
You, Mo.
And,
so
and did they take out your Osama bin Laden?
They did take out my Osama
so
bin Laden one.
that's gonna be on Rumble
That's gonna
too,
be
guys.
as well, yeah.
Okay.
I did a whole episode on how they got, because as you guys know, I did a whole 9/11 thing. I went over the official story, the unofficial story, the conspiracy theories, and I also went over how they found bin Laden, and then I also went over how they killed bin Laden, how they raided the compound. So that episode on how they found bin Laden, the one how they found bin Laden is still up on YouTube, but the one how they killed him and raided the compound, that got taken off YouTube. So that one will be up on Rumble, guys.
Yes. So we're gonna keep active on Rumble, and I'm gonna keep doing these lives for you guys on Thursdays, early Thursdays. So keep active on the Instagram Fed Reacts at Fed Reacts. Remember that. And just to finish up the list, we got the Biggie's Most case. We gotta do that one too. Stephen Avery, the Turpin family, the Cocaine Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's Miami right there.
Yes,
yeah,
West Memphis 3. That they keep requesting that one too. And yeah, just to finish it, because you guys sent me a whole list. The Sinaloa cartels, the Chapo, all of those, we're gonna cover them too.
That's gonna take a month.
That's gonna be like a whole series. For that one. Yes, that's gonna be a whole series.
When I do the Mexican cartels, that's gonna be a month, and I'll probably spread it where I do each cartel separately, own episode, and then the members of it. Lozetta's gonna need their own episode. Sinaloa's gonna need their own episode. El Chapo's probably gonna need his whole month, by himself. and then Pablo Escobar, all that stuff. So
Yeah, and Rick Highway Ross.
Freeway Rick Ross.
Freeway
Okay,
Rick
the real
Ross.
Rick Ross.
The real Rick Ross.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, not that Ross. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the real
The real
one.
one,
Okay.
bro.
The one that's skinny, actually.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's
for the
pretty much it.
cases. Yeah.
Okay. And then also, guys, please, a lot of you guys make requests for videos that we've already done.
Yes.
Go to Fed Reacts on YouTube and or on Rumble and make sure to search whatever case you want to see. I probably already did it, especially if it's a serial killer. I've covered every major serial killer at this point. From Ted Bundy to Zodiac Killer to Ed Kemper to Samuel Little. The most famous serial killers to even guys that aren't as famous that might have done some serious damage, like the Green River Killer, the BTK,
Richard
all
Ramirez.
those guys. Richard Ramirez. The only guy, John Wayne Gacy. I've covered all of them. Jeffrey Dahmer. The only one I think that we haven't covered yet is Richard Cottingham, aka the Torso Killer. We still need to do him. But every major serial killer we've pretty much covered. And then we get into the foreign guys, like the Dr. something Ship. I forget the something.
Albert Fish.
I forget his
That's
name.
also a highly requested
No,
one.
something Ship. Someone in the chat's going to put it here. The doctor that killed a bunch of people. He was a doctor. He killed like 200 people or something like that. He officially has the most kills. Oh, and then there's a Colombian dude. The Colombian has the most kills. The Colombian dude.
Yeah. I think I know his name. Let me look it up.
Yeah. So,
Edward Snowden. We were watching the movie the other
oh,
day.
yeah. We're going to do Snowden for y'all, too.
That's a highly requested one, too. We're going to
Yeah.
do it. So
We're going to do Snowden. But keep in mind, guys, he was never captured.
Fauci.
So his criminal complaint and his indictment is still, I think it's a criminal complaint that they filed on him. It's still sealed.
Yeah.
So,
Dr. Death Kevorkian.
but I know for a fact they got him for, espionage charges. What was that, Mo?
Did they say Dr. Death Kevorkian?
Think so.
They're saying Shipman.
Something Ship, whatever. Harold Shipman. There we go.
Harold
Bam.
Shipman,
Someone in the chat just
Harold
put a shout to
Shipman,
Jorge Mejia. All right. So also, guys, quick announcements. Okay. Number one, rumble.com/freshfit, rumble.com/Fed Reacts. As you guys know, that is home base if we ever get canceled. Also, castleclub.tv. Those are the two main home bases of Fresh and Fit and Fed Reacts. Okay. Also, guys, I made a new Twitter account. Okay. You guys have been asking for it forever. Yo, Myron, we want you to make your own Twitter, bro, so you can post your stuff, so you guys can see all the tweets that will probably get me banned. How dare you? All right. So on here, I'm posting pretty much every day. Y'all are going to get at least a video and 1 or 2 tweets from me every day. I'm going to be pretty consistent on this thing. I am really going to be dedicated to posting on Twitter. The other thing about Twitter as well, as you guys know, I have my points on politics, etc., and we might not necessarily be able to get into some of those conversations here on the podcast. Y'all will be able to see another side on there. I'll be posting workouts. I actually posted a workout for y'all. I said, yo, give me 500 likes, and I'll post a workout routine that I've been using to train to beat up some YouTubers, and I posted that in there as well. Scroll down. See, y'all can see me jumping rope, doing lunges, but I, adding a little bit of a boxer mix to it, doing some bicep curls, stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's me jump roping, getting in shape, doing some 1s and 2s and everything else like that, right?
Oh God.
Yeah.
that a
I used to
tennis
not even be able to, guys, I used to barely be able to jump rope appropriately like a month and a half ago. So I've been really working on getting better with this thing as far as like, being able to skip and all that other stuff. And then doing some lunges here, as y'all can see, right? See, I always see some exclusive stuff on here that I probably won't post on Instagram, right? And I got some so I got the gloves on and I got some egg weights. So what I'm doing here is I'm lunging, right? And I'm doing the Mike Tyson approach. As you guys know, Mike Tyson was really big with the peekaboo style where he would be walking forward while simultaneously slipping left and right, etc. So that's kind of what I'm doing, because when you slip, you obviously slip to the loaded foot, and then you can obviously throw a punch from there, etc. And I got some egg weights in my hand as well in the gloves and keep my hands up. So when you do this, man, this shit actually burns. And I did I do like 50 reps per leg. So I'm doing like 100 reps. And I'm doing that in the sun and shit like that. So, it is what it is. But, get an added cardio effect. I've also been running and shit, but don't get it twisted. I'm still lifting weights, as y'all can see here. I did some bicep curls with my Goku shirt on, right? Yeah, and you can't put music on with Twitter, which is kind of lame. So it is what it is. But yeah, doing some curls here. Those are some 30-pound dumbbells. I was dying, man. I got like 20 reps here, 20, 25 reps, whatever it is. Then I did some over 9,000 as well. I was working on my power levels. So yeah, man.
That's really cool.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'll post some more exclusive stuff here. And honestly, bro, if I was Abba, I wouldn't want to fight me either. Like, bro, I wouldn't want to box me either if I were him. So I can see why he ducking it. But anyway, and here's the thing. He weighs more than I do. I'm only 200 pounds, guys. I'm 6'3", I'm 200 pounds. He's about my height. He weighs at least 20 to 30 pounds more than me, man. He's fat. So I don't know why he's scared. We're literally the same size. But anyway, I think he knows that I'll knock him in a fucking tomorrow. But yeah, guys, and I'm still lifting heavy ass weights like I said before. I did like I did chest and back yesterday, and then I went for like a 2.5 mile run or something like that. I was averaging like a 7-minute pace. So yeah, man. I'm making sure I maintain and fitness, everything else like that. So yeah, man, go check me out over here on Twitter, Unplugged. Trying to get it to 100K, you know what I'm saying, and have a little bit more political commentary, a little bit more political debate. A lot of people on Twitter, I didn't realize, like, it's such a cesspool on Twitter. It's ridiculous. So I got to go in there and wreak a little bit of havoc. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and follow yeah, maybe a lot. But yeah, guys, go follow it if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. Go follow that Twitter. And I'm going to verify it soon as well. I'm just like waiting because when you make a new account, you can't like verify it right away. So I'm going to verify as soon as I can. And yeah. Other than that, what else here?
He's also
Any other announcements?
His Twitter is also going to be a little
misogyny.
You feel me?
Oh yeah. I'm be talking all kinds of shit on Twitter.
And not a little.
Since Twitter is like free speech, kind of.
Yeah.
All right, so let's read these chats and then let's get into the topic at hand, man, because we got a lot to cover with this YNW Melly case. As far as what's going on.
And 5 and up.
5 and up from this point forward. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and put my glasses on because, as you guys know, I am blind. Let's see here.
Facts.
Ooh, I can see clearly now.
The rain is
Wilson Harding, $10, appreciate that, my friend. And he goes, yep.
Yeah, he ain't say nothing.
No message. Okay.
No message.
What else do we got here? Jay Fisk, W Myron, W Angie, W Big Mo. He got rid of the E. No, that was Mo that did that. W Blitz Myron, you're like the big brother I never had. I appreciate that, my friend. And I really do strive to be. Here's the thing, guys. I ain't perfect. I don't think I'm the best role model, but I'm going to try to be the best role model I can be for you guys. Obviously, I have my mistakes. You guys see a lot of that because I'm pretty transparent with y'all. But yeah, man, I think it's very important to be able to, not just provide value on YouTube with like giving you guys commentary on dating and stuff like that, but I think the true crime stuff with YNW Melly and the serial killers, I might do if you guys want it and there's enough demand for it, I might do a whole self-care channel for you guys on, skincare, getting in shape, getting some waves, looking wavy, you know what I mean? Some skincare. You could do that part, Angie. And then, not being a dirty bastard, getting your hygiene on point. I think a lot of guys need that help. So I might do a full self-care channel for y'all on how to looks max and get your aesthetics up, right? Because looks absolutely do matter with women, guys. I tell y'all all the time. You need to reach at least a bare minimum threshold where you're attractive enough where women want to at least date you. And then from there, you can show your charisma and your charm and your comedy, whatever. But if you're ugly as hell, bro, chicks aren't going to want to deal with you. Or if you smell, they're not going to want to deal with you. So you need to get yourself to at least an acceptable level of aesthetics, and maybe I can help you with that. Oh, yeah, teeth whitening, all that stuff,
Are
guys.
you going to add wardrobe update too?
Hey, man, you don't need to dress that fancy.
Angie throwing in
you
shots.
don't need to dress that fancy, man. As long as the clothes fit because you're in shape, you be straight, man. All right.
Myron did teach me that these women don't give a damn about your wardrobe.
Yeah, they don't, man.
Yes, they do.
They don't give a
As long as the clothes fit, you'll be straight.
These girls don't
I'm
give
saying
a
you don't
damn.
need to buy designer and all this crazy clown wear.
Yes, that's true. But you don't have to wear the same clothes every day.
These days, just know these days I've been caught red-handed wearing some of the same shit that I wear every day, bro.
Jeremy 920 goes, it's only been a day and Myron already got the most lit Twitter. Everyone go support and follow. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro. I did my first tweet where I basically covered like 10 things on my stances. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, I covered my geopolitical stances, dating stances, feminism stances, politics stances, etc. I mean, I think a lot of you guys know kind of where I stand with certain things, but hey, I might surprise you. So, you want to see a different side. You want to see critical thinker Myron. Go ahead and check me out over there on Twitter. UnplugFitX is my Twitter, guys. Because they fucking shadow banned Fresh and Fit Pod to hell. It's like, goddamn. One Marv. X-Pac is my favorite wrestler too. Nigga, what? Bro. Yeah. He got the Yeah, because Chris said that X-Pac was his favorite wrestler. Bro, we roasted him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my
Come on,
God.
man. One Marv again. When I was little, I used to love gangland documentaries. Can you do Gangs 2, MS-13, Lion Kings, etc.? I think that would be very entertaining,
Yeah, that's
informative,
in the
especially from
list.
your perspective. That's on the list too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Lion Kings, I could do that all day with y'all, man. I told you guys, I did a RICO Lion King case with FBI and DEA. So, very well aware. I mean, I investigated them, so I have very intimate knowledge on their inner workings, how they work. They're very organized. I would say they're probably one of the most organized. No, not even one of. They are the most organized street gang in the United States. When you compare them to like Bloods and Crips and GDs and all that, they're the most organized by far. What else we got here? One Marv. Logan Paul became U.S. champ yesterday. Myron, please dethrone him. What? How did he become U.S. champ? I'm confused.
Wrestling. He's talking about wrestling because he just became the United
he really
States
got the U.S. championship?
Yeah, he got it in the Saudi Arabia event. Habibi.
They had another one?
Yeah, they pay up. The Saudis pay a ton. They pay WWE a ton of money.
Okay, yeah. Well,
And-
I mean, they had the Tyson Fury fight in Saudi Arabia too. Everyone was there. Kanye was there. Eminem was there.
They paid WWE.
Vince McMahon was there. Undertaker was there. They went to that fight.
Because as I said before, Saudi, the WWE Saudi event, the amount of money that they make, it equates to 5 or 6 WrestleManias.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
One
The amount
Saudi
of money
Arabian
that
event
WWE
makes 5 or 6 WrestleManias?
Yes.
You're talking about from an attendance perspective.
No, like how much WWE profits, like how much they
I'm
make.
saying, but of course, like you got pay-per-views and shit like that.
Yes.
So, but if they're going to Saudi Arabia all the way over there, I'm assuming they're probably profiting a bunch from the ticket sales. Is what I mean.
I don't know
in-person
if it's
ticket
exactly from the ticket sales, but I'm talking about the final payment that WWE gets, that WWE receives. It equates to 5 to 6 WrestleManias.
Okay,
that's
so
how much
total
WWE
profit.
makes.
It'd be interesting to see what the difference is in the American profit versus the U.S. profit. They probably are able to sell more expensive tickets and get a bigger turnout.
Yeah.
That's what I'm willing to bet.
It's probably that.
Because the
It's
Middle
huge.
here's the thing about the Middle East. The Middle East loves wrestling, bro. Like a lot of people don't know this. I know this because, well, obviously my background and shit like that. But I remember growing up, my grandfather, my dad's father on my father's side, he loved wrestling, bro. He was watching Ultimate Warriors and Hulk Hogan and everything. Rest in peace to him. But like, yeah, he loved wrestling. And when I was in the UAE right now, guys, Dubai especially is investing a bunch of money to compete with Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia and Dubai right now, guys, they're competing for tourist dollars. They're trying to both become like almost the Las Vegas of the Middle East. Now, obviously, Dubai doesn't have all the same religious restrictions that Saudi Arabia does. Like Saudi Arabia just started letting women drive.
What?
What?
Right?
What?
Which I don't know why they did that.
Astaghfirullah, Habibi.
Yeah, you know, then all jokes aside, but they're loosening up on alcohol, right? In Saudi Arabia, UAE's been had it, has been had it like allowed. UAE also allows them,
What?
Oh yeah,
Yo,
for 2 years.
Why you sound so upset?
What?
Yeah, for 2 years. Yeah, they could come. They could come, bro. Yep. In other places, no, but UAE, they can. Yeah, they can. For 2 years, I was shocked too, nigga. I was at the Burj Khalifa. And I saw him. I was like, oh, what the hell is going on? For some of you guys that are wondering, Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. It's like the biggest skyscraper, and yeah, man, it's a big tourist attraction. I saw them. I saw them there.
I saw them.
You said I saw them there. It's
I saw them. I was
crazy.
like,
Or did you leave your glasses at home?
Nah, man, bro, trust me. Yep, they were there, but it's been for the past 2 years. They let them in. Yeah. But it's interesting because I don't know if they let UAE citizens in, or if they do, they're gonna grill the fuck out of them. So I don't know if they would let. I know if you have a stamp from certain Arab countries, they will not let you in, especially now.
I'll be scary. If I
They
wear
will
them
not let you in. That is the biggest police state in the world. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, they search your phone and everything when you're in there. So anyway, Punisher 541. I mean, it's understandable why, but This week's AF shows caused everyone who watched to lose hair. All panels were low IQ, but those Ukrainian females were something else. I can't imagine how you felt, Mr. Gaines. That was brutal AF. Bro, you don't even know. You don't even know. Nick goes, Nick,
Bro, come on.
Okay. What did the mustache man ask when shopping for 9mm ammo? How much does the... Oh, god damn. Yo, okay. Yo, y'all niggas, bro. All right, man. Next chat. Next chat. Yeah, what the hell? Mo, I thought you were screening shit.
He said, I thought you were screening.
Mo.
I mean, you didn't say let them
They
rant.
danced with the line, but it didn't cross it.
God damn, bro.
It danced with it, but it didn't cross it.
It's only crossed when Myron reads it out loud, I guess.
Yeah. I was like, wait, hold on. Oh, shit, man. You guys on Rumble are super creative. Question for Bills. I saw you met X on your Instagram. What was that like, and did you ever make beats for him?
Oh, I didn't even read that. It was a dope experience. He was a super inspiring, highly motivated dude. It was cool. It was one of my homies. He gave me like a radio pass interview to meet him, and like I got like a backstage pass to just like get to talk and converse with him and just talk. He was just talking to the kids, really. He was really just doing some charitable work. Like I think he just got out of jail or something like that. I never made beats for him, but he was a great guy. It was great conversations we had, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's really cool. I didn't
yeah.
know that, Bill.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever dealt with anybody from Melly's team?
Actually, ironically, yeah, like his management. Really
Okay.
cool with his management team. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all
100K, 100 tracking
are.
them?
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. They have actually a
I'll
great
tell you
team.
this, they're all optimistic as hell. They all think he's going to beat it.
All of them are super highly optimistic, and
Drew will do it to his video all the way from Drew filmed it, right?
yeah,
Is
Drew
this
filmed
guy?
it. Is his
Like,
main
that's his main
videographer.
videographer.
Drew filmed it, works with a lot of guys in the industry.
Yeah, he's
though.
blown up.
Yeah,
he's blown up.
He's one of the guys.
He does all Dirk's videos too.
He's one
And
of the guys.
I think he did he do Back in Blood?
Honestly, I'm not too familiar with the videos. I don't really watch too much music videos. But
Okay, they're low budget nowadays. They're not like 20 years ago when we were coming up. But like, yeah, I think he did Back in Blood too. But anyway, yeah, his whole team is super positive. And here's the thing: I've told y'all before, I ain't no hater, man. I like Melly's music, but bro, when you look at the evidence, it's like, oh lord, like, bro. This is the hood, ain't it? T-shirt's coming soon. We should make a T-shirt. Actually, you know what? We should make a T-shirt. All right. New merch idea. Thank you, bro. Villa goes, question for Bill.
Oh, that was it.
That was it? Okay,
right,
cool. And then, guys, as y'all know, FNFSuperChat.com if you guys want to get involved in the show and ask a question or, because we're going to go over a lot of information. This is going to be more of an informational pod today. And it's easier for us when you guys do FNFSuperChat.com because then we don't have to screen it as much as some of y'all saying some wild shit anyway. We don't have to screen it as hard and screenshot the pictures and everything else like that. And we can just like pull it right up on screen. Anything else?
No, I'm just loading them up right now. We got this one right here. Well, read it first. Tell me if you want me to put this one up. This one's up to you.
We'll put it on screen. And shout out to you, Steady T-Mac. And I mean, bro, what do you think? What do you expect? I'm not surprised.
Silly.
Oh,
shout out to the
man.
supporters. Shout out to the
See,
donations.
I think people don't get it that like when we said that, oh, you're only in it for the money. We're not saying that we're not in it for the money too. What we're saying is that the money doesn't dictate how we move. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like the deciding factor, and it's like not the main thing as to why we do certain things. If money was the only thing I cared about, I wouldn't do Fed Reacts. I'll tell y'all this right now, being transparent. This is 1,000% not profitable. 1,000% not profitable. I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because it's educational. I do it because it's diversified content. I do it because I think a lot of other true crime channels suck. And I also do it because there's no one on YouTube, and I say this emphatically and extremely confidently, there's no one else on YouTube that can speak with the level of detail when it comes to how federal law enforcement is done, how federal investigations are done. No one can read a criminal complaint or a federal indictment better than me on fucking YouTube and explain to you guys A to Z how a case is done. I can literally explain to y'all how to wiretap a phone from start to finish. No one else on the internet can do that. So I said, you know what? There's a void in the market. Let's do it, regardless of whether it's profitable or not. I don't give a shit. Okay? The Money Monday shows, those aren't as profitable, right? Our daytime shows, not as profitable. But for us, we still do them because they're that important. Educating you guys, giving you guys value outside of just talking to stupid bimbos all the time, that overrides like being super profitable. So if our main goal was to make as much money as possible and money dictated everything we did, we would be doing gambling, we would be doing other sponsors that we might not necessarily want to, that we do, we'd be pushing alcohol, we'd be pushing all this bullshit. But we choose not to do it, and we choose to go a different route because money isn't everything. I'd be foolish to tell y'all, oh, we're not money motivated. Of course we are. However, it isn't the main thing that we do. And it's amazing that I even have to explain this, but apparently there's a lot of smooth-brained individuals that can't differentiate between the two. But yes, guys, money clearly doesn't override everything that we do because I devote a lot of time to Fed Reacts. I devote a lot of time to the daytime shows, etc. Hell, those take a lot more time a lot of times than debating these brain-dead, smooth-brained bimbos, but it's worth it. It's needed because I understand that the after hours is required to get the people in, and then to keep them, I'm like, look, y'all want to go ahead and not tolerate this fuckery from these women? Let me teach you how to make money. Let me teach you how to be attractive. Let me teach you female intersexual dynamics. Let me teach you how the world works. Let me teach you how to get in shape, all this other stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you don't learn this stuff, you are doomed to tolerate the fuckery. That I just break it down like, yo, simple like that. If you don't understand this stuff, you are doomed to tolerate the BS that y'all see on the After Hours panel. I'd rather educate you guys on how these women think and then put you in a position where you understand how it goes and put you in position to be more attractive, because I can't sit here and talk to y'all about hypergamy this, hypergamy that, the dating marketplace is fucked up, blah, 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 but not give you guys solutions. That's some bitch shit, man. You know, and I think that's a big problem that the Red Pill has suffered from for the past few decades is there's a great analysis of what the problems are, and there are some, good solutions, but there's not modern solutions for the modern dating marketplace as to how women operate now in 2023. You know what I'm saying? With the globalized sexual marketplace, with the emergence of social media apps, with the emergence of dating apps, with the emergence of sugar dating, with the emergence of women that are average having, you know, access and ability to reach men of a significantly higher status than you. These are all things that didn't exist even 10 years ago, really, to be honest with y'all. They didn't really even exist 10 to 15 years ago. So these are things that need to be implemented in your dating repertoire to deal with modern day women today. But how the fuck am I going to look telling y'all that these problems exist without giving you guys the solutions? That's where we differentiate versus the copycats don't. All those motherfuckers do is look at it and try to make money, and they're like, okay, let's have girls on a panel. Let's go ahead and have stupid ass conversations. Let's regurgitate talking points from Myron Gaines. Profit. But they're not necessarily concerned with making you guys better. We're concerned with making y'all the best fucking men that you guys can be. All right, the best a man can get, like Gillette, but that company sucks. That's why, guys. If it was strictly for the money, I wouldn't be doing Fed Reacts and all these other extra stuff that isn't necessarily as profitable. Cool. What else here?
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. And we're giving y'all pop culture streams too, man. We're out here doing 7-8 hour streams. You know what I mean? Giving y'all DBZ breakdowns and shit like that. Really interacting with y'all. Sometimes fresh guests too emotional, can't take criticism, which ends up ruining the quality of the call-in show. Some people will call in to talk to you specifically too. None against the guys, just think it'll be cool if you take it into consideration. Well, I mean, look, guys, at the end of the day, Fresh is human. A lot of people talk smack about him for, like, honestly, because they're just haters. I mean, let's keep it a million. Like,
No reason.
you know, there are some valid critiques, right, that he is actually actively working on. You know, his speech, we've roasted him, about that. Getting in shape, definitely roasted him about that. And he's actively working on these things. Obviously, is it going to happen in a day? No. And another thing, too, is that you guys keep comparing him to me, which is why you guys feel like he's such a loser. But the reality is, like, Fresh is better off than 99% of men. Like, real talk. Like, he's not that fat. Yeah, his speech sucks a little bit. But how many guys have speech impediments? A lot do. You know? So, and he's ugly nigga, and he's still getting all these girls. So it's like, bro, if he could do it, why can't you? Realistically speaking. Right? And I think the other thing, too, why people have such disdain for him is because comes off as a regular guy, nice, regular, humble guy, and people look at him like, oh, I should be there. I should be in this spot. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So a degree of it is valid criticism, absolutely, right? And he's working on that. But there is a degree where there's just a significant portion of people that just simply hate him, dislike him, think that they can do better, and they feel a certain way about it. You know, it is what it is.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, what?
Honestly, I think you guys also don't know Fresh like on a personal level, because I believe like Fresh behind the cameras is very insightful, and he has a lot of value to like to team conversation between them too. I always listen to them talk, and it's like it's a lot of like what Fresh is doing behind the cameras, you guys, and you don't know it because you're not there. So yeah, before criticizing, just think a little bit outside the box. Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying that.
Yeah, I mean, we would have been canceled if it was just me, man. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy. Like, I've had some ideas that would have definitely got us canceled, man. So, you know, like, yeah, bro. So, you guys can thank Fresh for why we're still on YouTube, man. Real talk.
W Fresh.
W Fresh.
So
bro.
people can say what they're going to say about him, but like I said, and I know some of you are going to say, well, okay, that's fine, but why is he on camera? Why is he there? Well, look, man, it's not going to be good if it's just me there with the girls grilling him the whole time. You need some ice and fire, man. You need some good cop, bad cop. Like, I can't believe that people just don't understand how important that is to, you know, disarming the girls when they come on the panel, making them feel comfortable, whatever. He's just a very nice, likable, disarming guy, and that helps a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. People are going to hate Fresh no matter what I say, no matter what it is. They're going to say, Myron, you're just a fucking loser defending your friend. Yeah, you're loyal to a fault. All this other stupid fuck shit that they're going to say anyway. So it is what it is, man. You know, if you don't like it, then I guess just watch one of the copycats, you know, and then you're going to come back anyway because they're not better than us. So it's funny. Like, I hate you guys. I'm going to go watch another pod. You watch them for like a week. You're like, God damn, this shit trash. You're going to come back to us anyway. So, and then we're going to continue to innovate. Hell, I fielded a bunch of questions, right, with supporters for the Spin the Wheel on the fucking back. We got a new Spin the Wheel. With some pretty damn good questions, by the way. So we're definitely, you know, dedicated to improving the show, making it better, getting fresh things going. We got a fucking lie detector, you know what I mean? We'll spin the wheel, couples therapy. We got some couples therapies shows coming this week. So yeah, man, for all people say, oh, y'all are repetitive, blah, blah, blah. Clearly, you guys haven't been watching since we moved to the new studio. We switched up so much shit, man. Flacco, thank you too, my friend, $5. Cool. So, anything else before I get into the Melly thing? I know
if Myron,
what the fuck.
if Myron let some of his ideas go off, bro, we would have been. We finished, bro. We're finished.
Yeah,
we're finished. We're done.
I'm a little crazy.
A little. A little.
Myron, your sock game is 100. Absolutely love them. You should sell your socks. Show them. How can I DM you to for them at a price? They're not for sale, man.
Bro.
I need these things.
You.
Bro.
I barely, bro.
Wait, hold on. What?
They're not for sale, man. I barely.
Give him the L, bro.
He really has
Give him the
socks.
L, bro, please.
I just bought you some.
I feel like a Twitch thought.
Bro.
Yo, exactly,
bathwater
bro.
shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Bro, is that what it's like to be a Twitch thought?
Bro, yes, bro.
Damn. My ego went up a little bit.
Brother.
Should I start telling girls to fly me out?
What?
Yes, bro.
Should I just start getting cocky like, hey, ho, somebody just wanted me to sell them socks. My value is high. You need to fly me out,
My value
bimbo.
is high.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know my worth now.
Talk your shit, oos.
Oh, yep.
Talk your shit,
You know
oos.
what? You know what? Fuck it. I need 3 tens. And on top of that, I'm going to stop doing the pod. I'm going to stop working. You know what? I'm good enough the way I am. How about that? Yeah? Fuck yeah. Yes, let's do it.
Talk your shit,
I ain't gonna
oos.
lie. My ego went up a little bit. Can you imagine getting 100 of those a day? You'd be a piece of shit.
You'll be up.
Yo, these
I
IG
would
thoughts
be
are
an
some bullshit,
asshole,
man. Bro, I would, man. Imagine getting hundreds of those messages a day.
Bro, I'll be delusional too, bro.
Bro.
What?
Bro, I would have swore to God that it was all the vibes and
the
energy.
It was my energy bringing him to me that wanted to buy the socks.
Oh
I
God.
deserve it. I'm a fucking king.
Yes,
my
sir.
divine masculine energy. Yes.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna do a birth dance. Yeah, I'm gonna do a birth dance.
Sacred birthday?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You know, I'm making fun of that delusional
Oh God.
from the other day. But bro, could you imagine, bro? You get
bro.
thousands of those messages a day. You'd be a piece of fucking shit, man.
I'd be the
And niggas
biggest-
wonder why these modern day women are useless.
Bro, no one can talk to me, bro.
What?
No one can talk to me, bro.
Yo, once a chick sells bathwater for $1,000, nigga, she respects like no men now.
I start charging people to breathe the same air as me,
I saw one that
bro.
was selling her farts
What?
in a jar.
Bro, L, please.
$100.
I still.
Can you imagine marriage?
Hey, actually,
Y'all don't want those farts.
Myron,
Y'all don't want those farts.
Some of them.
That'll fuck you up.
I ain't gonna lie. Them
Protein
boys,
farts.
them boys from the headlines, they would love some of your farts, Myron.
Bro,
from the headlines, you know.
What headlines?
You know the headlines.
Oh,
The headline.
and the haters.
They would love. They would do
Secretly?
anything. They would love your farts. Them boys they would love your farts from the headlines, if you know what I mean.
All right, let's get into the topic
changing
at
the
hand.
conversation immediately.
Yeah,
please.
let's switch on over.
Angie, what was that, Angie?
Yeah, we forgot about the topic at hand, guys. We're here to break down YNW Melly, not be delusional Twitch thoughts, in our imaginary world, even though it'd be pretty fucking interesting. Anyway, guys, today's topic is we're going to cover YNW Melly. As you guys know, I've made several breakdowns on the YNW Melly case. I've went from, breaking down the original criminal complaint to all the evidence. I covered the trial. I know this case pretty damn well. And just so you guys know, recap you guys real fast. So we'll go ahead and recap. YNW Melly is charged with murder of his two friends, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW, God damn it, Sack Chaser, another guy. I forget the other fucking, someone's going to say in the chat. Either way, his two best friends, he murdered them, okay? And they were in a vehicle. It was a Jeep. And Melly was alleged to have been sitting behind behind the driver. Matter of fact, real quick, Bills, can you pull up a diagram? Type in YNW Melly vehicle seating, and it's going to come right up on Google. Just so I can show the people visually what this is, because some people may or may not be. YNW Juvie, thank you so much, chat. I appreciate that. Best chat in the world. So this is back in, I want to say like 2018. And what ended up happening was they were coming back from a music session, right, the music studio, and recording late at night, and a couple of cars were there. What ended up happening, this is what we know for a fact. YNW Melly was sitting behind Juvie, Sack Chase was the front right, and then you had, YNW Bortlen was driving. YNW Melly sat behind him. These are the two guys that got arrested for the murder. Then you got Sack Chaser in the front passenger seat. Then you got YNW Bortlen in the back passenger seat. What we know is this. Both individuals, Sack Chaser in the front passenger seat, and then YNW Juvie in the back passenger seat sitting next to Melly, both of them had close range gunshot wounds to their head, okay? Pretty much died right there on the spot. It was a bloody scene. And they know that there were close range gunshot wounds because there was stippling in their entry wounds, okay? What is stippling? Stippling, guys, is a mark, a burn that is left whenever a firearm is discharged in close proximity to the skin, okay? So they knew right then and there were pretty much execution type shots, right? Juvie got shot like through the mouth and then and went up into his brain, and YNW Sack Chaser, the guy that was sitting in the front, got shot in the back of the head. Pretty much instant death for both, right? Then, after they were dead, there were gunshots shot into the vehicle from the other side, which didn't make sense because clearly, if you're sitting on the passenger side and Melly is sitting back left seat, and let me show you guys real quick on the diagram one more time so you guys can see it, okay? You got, can we enlarge that by chance, Bills, please, so that people can see it?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, enlarge that bad boy. Yep. So if you're YNW Juvie or YNW Sack Chaser, the gunshots are going to come from your left, correct? Because YNW Melly is sitting behind the driver on the left-hand side, so the gunshot wounds are going to come from the left. Well, these guys, right, allegedly, YNW Melly and Bortland, staged it to make it look like a drive-by shooting. One mistake, though. They shot into the vehicle from the wrong side. Not only that, the bullet trajectory, right, of the alleged drive-by shooting or being shot from the side did not match up with the wound patterns of the victims. They were clearly shot from the left-hand side with stippling, which indicates a close kill shot, versus they said that they had gotten hit in a drive-by shooting, right, where the bullet holes don't match up with the wound patterns of the victims. And then on top of that, if you're going to go ahead and get hit in a drive-by shooting, there is no way that there's going to be stippling. Because from a drive-by shooting, I'm all the way over here shooting at you, right? Like over here, pretty much damn near off camera, okay? As I spill water all over the place, like bang, 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 right? But meanwhile, the wounds are indicative of you being shot like this close. So they knew right then and there that there was no drive-by shootings. The bullet holes trajectory doesn't match. The wound patterns don't match. The stippling on the skin doesn't match. So they knew that there was foul play afoot. Then on top of that, okay, they found a spent shell casing in Guess where? The back seat where who was sitting? Melly, okay?
That was easy.
So the police are like, well, what the hell? The bullets came from inside the vehicle, clearly, and we got to spend showcasing here. Then to add to that, when they interviewed YNW Bortlen, his co-defendant, the story didn't match up. He said they got hit in a drive-by. He said that they got hit in a drive-by in a certain area. The police went to that area. They canvassed the area. They couldn't find glass shards. They couldn't find bullets, nothing, right? If you had got shot by a drive-by shooting, there's going to be some type of carnage. They're going to be able to find some kind of evidence, right? They chlorinated off the area, looked, couldn't find it. Well, the case starts to break once they go ahead and do what is called, think of it as like a ping. I'm going to call it a ping, okay, to make it simple for y'all. But they basically did a cell site location type warrant, a ping warrant on Melly's phone, historical cell data, right? Okay. And from there, oh, now the story is getting broken open because what they found was when they traced Melly's phone on that night, they found where the vehicle went and they saw that the vehicle stopped in a rural area in Miramar and it was stopped there for a while and then it drove. Then it stopped again, and then it basically went to the hospital, right? So like, this is weird. So what did the police go do? They went and searched that area. And what happened? They found spent shell casings. They found shattered glass. They analyzed that glass, and guess what? They found that it came back to the rental vehicle in which Melly and his friends were in.
Fatality.
And then on top of that, they saw questionable DMs between Melly and another individual where he said, I did that. Yes, gentlemen, he did say that to someone. And there's a bunch of other evidence, but I'm really giving y'all guys like a bird's eye view of the evidence, right? And what they told the police, etc. And then on top of that, they went and interviewed other people that were there at the music studio, and they found that all of them were lying. Oh, I dropped Melly off, etc. I drove this way. He was in my car. But then the surveillance footage shows otherwise. Also, when they did the cell site data on the other people's phones, they saw that those individuals did not take the route that they told police. Rather, they went directly to their homes and didn't go to Melly's home like they had claimed that they did, trying to cover for Melly. And this includes Fredo Bang, who also lied to the police during the course of these interviews. So, you know, if you're in the police's shoes, right, you got YNW Bortlen lying to you, right, telling you that a crime scene occurred here when it was really actually over there. Then you have all Melly's friends lying to you, telling, yo, he was in my car. No, he was in my car. No, I drove him here, blah, blah, blah. And then the stories don't match up. The timelines don't match up. The phone data, most importantly, doesn't match up. Then on top of that, you have Melly's phone, which puts him at the scene of the crime at the time of the crime. It shows him getting out of the car because the data was that precise because he had a T-Mobile phone, by the way, which I can tell you guys from my professional experience, T-Mobile absolutely gives you the best cell site data because I've done it before. Once again, fucking W experience. T-Mobile is probably one of the best phone companies from a law enforcement perspective because they can give you like damn near accuracy to the foot of where a phone is. Okay, so they were able to see Melly literally walking around the car period of time, getting back in the car, and then being left out in the woods for a period of time, and then YNW Bortlen driving and going to the hospital, and all magically, once they actually started using the phones, right, because the phones and the data doesn't lie, because it's literally geolocation data, satellite data, the timeline matched up, and they were able to piece back the timeline with the wound patterns, the forensic evidence, the bullet trajectories, etc. So, yes, guys, that is a quick little summary on the case. Give me one in the chat if that all made sense to y'all so that I can continue to build upon the summary of the investigation. If it's a 2, right after the 2, why you're confused or what didn't make sense in that summary I just gave y'all. But that was literally off the top of my head, summary of the investigation and the case.
You said T-Mobile was like the best to find.
From a law enforcement perspective, it's one of the best if you're going to go ahead and do a cell site location type warrant.
What was one of the worst?
Okay, True Motive, JP Parabellum. Fantastic question. I knew somebody was going to ask that. I was thinking about that. Angie, can I get a grill of mine? The motive, guys. So at the time, there wasn't a motive, and that was actually to Melly's benefit because they were like, whoa, hold on. This doesn't make sense. Why would he kill his best friends? These guys were with him in a business. They were touring, they were making money together, whatever. Well, upon more investigation, they found out that Melly potentially, 2 motives. Melly potentially owed them money, right, from a deal, okay, especially Sack Chaser. And there was some type of beef between Sack Chaser and Melly's mom. I think her name is Jamie King, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So there was some issues there with money, family. That's fine, Angie. And stuff like that. So that's what the motive is. Okay? And Melly would have had to pay them, obviously, because they had some rights to the YNW name. That's why all of them go by the name of YNW.
And what was like the worst, phone company when it comes as a DEA agent or
HSI, you mean?
HSI.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, we all go to the same phone. You mean as far as like not being compliant or not their data sucks?
Their data sucks. Like they don't give you that foot to foot tracking the way T-Mobile does.
All the major phone companies are pretty good about it. They could give you pretty accurate data. It's just that T-Mobile tends to be, I think, has the like most user friendly from a law enforcement perspective. But like the smaller phone companies kind of suck, right? They're compliant, but they kind of suck because they just don't have the resources sometimes, like Cricket and shit like that. But but yeah,
L Cricket.
But I think Cricket's owned by T-Mobile now, so it don't matter.
Oh wow.
Yeah. A lot of these phone companies like downsized and shit, so like they're owned by somebody. So, okay, guys, give me one in the chat if that all makes sense. Again, 2 in the chat if something confuses you. I just covered the motive. Let's see here. And then we're going to continue on because you guys aren't really going to understand all the breakdowns unless you understand the general summary of the investigation and the general summary of the case. Bills Mo, that makes sense to y'all too?
Yeah,
yes.
Everything? Sweet. Yeah, y'all about to get some sauce today. Let's see here. It looks like we're getting, how are we looking? Yeah, if you're going to put a 2, goddammit, make sure you put a 2 and Y. All right? Don't just put a 2 like a fucking smooth-brained idiot.
Or a 6.
Yeah, or a 6 or some shit. Give me a 1, if you understand, or a 2. Nigga said 2 just started watching. Nigga, rewind!
Someone said AT&T owns Cricket?
Okay, either way. Okay, I don't see no 2s with actual real explanation. All right. Sweet.
He is right. AT&T does own Cricket.
Okay. All right, we're good. Okay. So as y'all know, Melly was facing the death penalty for this, guys. And the reason why is because the state argued that these murders were in furtherance of a gang, okay? As you guys know, Melly identifies as a G-Shine Blood, okay? I mean, you can see it in music videos. He's throwing up gang signs all the time. He's wearing red all over the place. So they use that as an enhancement to push for the death penalty, okay? And they went to trial. They had a undercover gang investigator for Broward County Sheriff's Office testify, identifying Melly as a gang member. They had testimony from an FBI agent verifying the phone data and the validity of it. They had Detective Moretti, the lead investigator on the case, which we're going to talk about him here in a second, testify, obviously. They had the forensic, the people that analyze dead bodies. Fuck, goddamn it. The people that conducted the autopsies.
Forensics?
Huh? Forensics, but
isn't it coroners or something?
The coroner, etc. They had them testify. The medical examiner. Sorry, they had them testify, talk about the wounds, etc. Showing how pretty much, like they didn't say it, but like from the evidence and from their testimony, you could pretty much conclude that the only way that those they would have been shot the way that they were shot was the gunshots had to have come from inside the vehicle. They showed the bullet trajectory data. Basically, they presented a lot of evidence, right? However, a couple of the jurors, I guess, got cold feet or whatever, and didn't want to convict them, and they ended up getting a mistrial. All right. And what that basically means is that they couldn't come to a unanimous decision, so the state elected to retry the case, and the state can continue to retry the case until they don't want to do it anymore. Obviously, it costs them probably millions of dollars to do this. Granted, guys, Melly was arrested back in like 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got arrested in February of 2019. So the dude's been in jail for damn near 5 years plus, man. The guy, I think, has spent over a quarter plus of his life in prison at this point because he was never on bond. He's actually in jail right now up in Broward County, 30 miles from here. We can go see him right now if we really wanted to. So he's not far from here. And this case was investigated, guys. Just so you know, the lead agency on this case, right? If you guys watch Fed Reacts, you guys understand that there's always a lead agency with every type of investigation. Lead agency on this one was the Miramar Police Department, and they were assisted by the FBI, who did some of the phones, help with the phone stuff, and probably I think Bear County. I'm thinking of fucking San Antonio. Broward County Sheriff's Office. Okay, was also involved. So let's go ahead, guys, and run the video. Okay, so we covered the case, we covered the trial. So a bunch of developments occurred, guys, since the trial happened. Okay. Any chance before we get into these videos, Bills, Mo?
Oh, yeah, we got a few. You want to read it a little bit?
Let's hit them real quick before we get into this, because we're about to really start getting into the weeds here. So we covered the summary, etc. Like the goddamn video, by the way, because you guys are not going to get sauce like this anywhere else. We got almost 2,000 y'all watching on YouTube, and we got another 1.2K y'all watching on Rumble, man. You guys could be anywhere else in the world. You're here with us, so thank you guys so much. Please like the video on YouTube. If you're watching on Rumble, open up another tab. Like it on YouTube, guys, because as y'all know, we got demonetized. I told you already that this thing isn't profitable. It's not about the fucking money. It's about the education. It's about the entertainment. And I enjoy this shit. So, subscribe to the channel, Fed Reacts. Also like the video, please, guys. It helps a lot with the algorithm. I want to make sure that this channel gets pushed in the algo so we can beat out all the other sorry-ass true crime channels where people don't have any of this goddamn experience and they're trying to sit here and teach you guys about how shit works. What do we got here? Jerome goes, "Smooth Brain Bimbos is the most creative install I've heard in years. WFNF for life. Love y'all ninjas." Pause. Thank you, Jerome.
That was hilarious.
That was really funny. That was really funny.
I know you'd probably never do it, but call-ins on this channel would grow it a little more and give viewers a more concise answer. You can still do a call-ins on FNF, of course. Just thought it'd be something new for you to diversify this channel a little bit too. You know, I did call-ins on this channel before, and they actually worked out really well. I might bring it back. Yeah. Thank you, Flacco. Good suggestion.
That's funny. He's
What episode?
No, his name is
The
Flacco.
Tory Lanez Meg, the Stallion case, I think.
Yeah, I think I did call-ins on
That's
that
when you
one.
did a call-in. Yeah. The
What
first
do people
one.
will talk about in the call-ins?
They talk about how they felt
They
about
just
the
ask
case.
questions. They give commentary.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
really
we can
interesting.
do that.
Yeah, we could pretend. Yeah, we could do that. I think y'all would enjoy talking to us probably about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing the knowledge. WFNF, W the Tape Brothers, stay solid. Thank you so much, DG Build. And I broke down their case too on Fresh and Fit a bunch of times, man. Man, those girls are fucking cap. I brought Andrew Tate's lawyer on too, and we broke it down from there as well. Ken Rose 07, $5. I appreciate that.
Just a thumbs up.
Anything else?
Just as $5 donation.
Christian Yala goes, "Hey Myron, off topic, but when are we K20 Frankenstein engine on your Honda Accord? You mean Honda Accord? With a swirly boy in there so you can hurt fresh feeling on that Accord. By the way, y'all the real GOAT. Fuck the haters. Love all you majests. Oh, by the way, Angie, saludos."
Hi.
Thanks, Christian. I appreciate that, my
A
friend.
backup cam on a 2002 Honda Accord is kind of wild.
Yeah, I do
bro.
got a backup cam on that thing. I got a backup cam on that joint.
Wild, bro.
Yeah. I'm not getting rid of that car, guys.
Yo, me and
Real
Bill's
talk, man.
Yeah,
me and
we love
Bill's
the car.
Me and
I
Bill's
still
went
got it.
crazy. Me and
I
Bill's
had to
went
get it
crazy
fixed
when we
because it was
saw
fucked
that.
up, but I got it fixed. I still got that
Yes, you're
2002 Honda,
funny.
and I am not buying another car, man. Fuck that shit.
You really,
Not right now.
you really put a backup camera on a 2002 Honda Accord, bro.
Bro,
That-
Don
And a new
DeMarco.
stereo.
That what?
Don DeMarco, bro.
iPad thing there too, so you can like do shit.
Yeah,
Bro
bro.
got
Stereo.
CarPlay in the
And he
2002
got-
Honda Accord. He got CarPlay.
Yeah. That's basically. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first video, guys, which covers. Shout out to the YouTube channel here, Law and Crime. It's going to cover some of the developments since the trial ended, and ended in a mistrial. Let's go ahead and run the clip, please, from the beginning.
We're not there to make friends.
Oh, are we in the beginning?
We're there
Okay, yeah. You
to
good.
try the case, put the state on their heels,
We could put
and
the
make sure that they can prove the case against your client.
and that's Melly's defense attorney. Can we put up the speed to 1.5
Yes, absolutely.
for the people? And guys, do me a favor, man. Oh yeah, we going enhanced bit rate, yeah. And then speed 1.5. Let's see if their quality beats ours. Because if you guys go to some of our videos, they got the 1080p enhanced bit rate as well. But you know they ain't using our cameras though, so we lit.
Rapper YNW Melly has a new lawyer and new criminal charges as he faces a retrial for the murder of two of his friends. Those are two of the top 6 developments since the jury deadlocked in the trial of Jamel Demons. Welcome to Law and Crime Sidebar Podcast. I'm Angie Levy. Jury selection was supposed to be well underway in the retrial of Jamel Demons, but that has been delayed amid accusations from the defense that the lead prosecutor may have tried to cover up Detective Mark.
And that was the lead prosecutor right there. And yes, y'all saw it right. She was on there testifying, which is never what you want. And we're going to talk about that in more detail here in a second. But let's continue on. Can we hit the closed captions for the people too?
Yes, absolutely.
And guys, give me in the chat. If this is too fast, please let me know. But this should be fast enough for you guys to like get through it, but also be able to understand. But let me know if it's too fast in the chat. Mo and Bills will monitor it. Let's keep going.
Moretti asking another officer to lie when he seized a cell phone that was owned by Melly's mom. The judge has removed the lead prosecutor, Christine Bradley, from the case because she may be called to testify as a witness about a comment in the retrial. We'll go into more about that later. But first, just to bring you up to speed on where things stand now, Demons, who we just call Melly because that's how the public knows him, faces 2 counts of first-degree murder for the October 26, 2018 shooting deaths of 2 men that he...
I ain't gonna lie. His last name is Demons, but it's spelled demons.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
So,
fatality.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it was probably pronounced demons all this time, but he told them, like, hey, you know, I don't want no negative inferences, so y'all better pronounce it as Demons. Okay.
I was just about to press that one.
Let's keep going.
He called his best friends. Anthony YNW Sack Chaser Williams and Christopher YNW Juvie Thomas were shot to death in an SUV driven by Cortland Henry, who went by YNW Bortlen. Bortlen, Sack, Juvie, and Melly were seen leaving a recording studio earlier that morning.
Pause.
Surveillance cameras recorded the...
Okay, right there, top left in the jean jacket, that is Melly, guys. Right there. And you can see he has a satchel right there where the police suspect that the gun was. And you're going to see him get into the back left seat. Behind the driver. Bills, have you ever worked at this music studio? This is up in Broward.
No, I don't. Honestly, no. I don't know this location.
You don't know? Okay. All right, then.
It's not far from where we've lived, though.
Okay.
Yeah. This is definitely a familiar neighborhood,
Yeah.
but I've
Where's
just never
Melly?
been
I
in
can't
this
see
one.
him.
He's right there. Circle him. Right there.
Oh, he
That's him.
camouflages with the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right here.
You can run it back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Getting
you
into
go- yeah.
deep. Less than 2 hours later, Henry pulled up to a hospital emergency room. His 2 friends were dead inside the SUV. Melly was charged with first-degree murder the following year. Bortlen was charged with being an accomplice. The difference? The state is seeking the death penalty against Melly because they say he was the shooter. Melly, of course, denies this. Under Florida law, Melly could face the death penalty under a new lower threshold of an 8-4 vote if he's convicted. His first trial ended in a hung jury last summer. Since that first trial, Melly has changed up his legal team just slightly. This man, Jamie Benjamin, is now Melly's lead attorney. Melly's defense team has always been aggressive, but they seem more so under Benjamin's leadership. In the last 2 weeks, Benjamin did something you don't often see attorneys do. He called out Judge Murphy, basically saying he didn't look interested in hearing their arguments.
Now, when there is an allegation against a lead detective in a first-degree murder that he lies in front of a career prosecutor that's brought to the attention of the elected official, they can't hide under, we don't review every Brady violation. This went all the way to the top of their office the day
All right, pause.
and they did nothing, I believe.
Their audio sucks, so I'm going to go ahead and summarize it for you. He's obviously, which I ain't gonna lie to y'all, he's rightfully enraged that there was Brady Material involved. Detective Moretti is alleged to have lied. The prosecutor is being accused of withholding Brady Material, which we're going to talk about Brady Material here and we get into weeds on that. And how that this case was still allowed to proceed to the length that it did and even go to trial without these things coming to light prior to the trial. So he's pushing to try to get this thing dismissed. Okay, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. They got the state fucked up here. You know, I can absolutely say from my professional experience, like the state absolutely, they're fucked up here. They fucked up. So let's keep running it.
I believe that violates that statute. And I believe that in and of itself, based on one person's sworn testimony, is probable cause. But, Your Honor, I believe based on your body language, with your arms crossed and a scowl on your face, looking at us like you did something wrong, should be much more...
This is really serious.
He's calling out the fucking judge. Bro, I have never seen a lawyer call out the judge like that, saying, you got your arms crossed with a scowl on your face. Like, this is really serious. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, he's literally calling out the judge, which, I mean, isn't necessarily the smartest thing to do. But that takes some balls. But he wouldn't be doing that if he didn't feel really strongly on his client's behalf that that this is, an egregious miscarriage of justice. What's the chat saying? 1.25?
Yeah, I asked them. They said 1.25 on YouTube. I'm gonna ask Rumble right now, but it's looking like they kind of want us to slow.
All right,
down.
we go 1.25. That's cool.
is so serious.
That's just a small sample of Jamie Benjamin in action and what we can expect at the retrial. I spoke with one of Melly's former attorneys, Bradford Cohen, about Jamie Benjamin's style.
I'm friends with Jamie Benjamin. I've known him for years and years and years. He is a fixture in the Broward County community for criminal defense lawyers. Jamie is always an aggressive attorney. He understands the appellate issues that can be raised. He understands how those appellate issues should be raised. He's very cognizant of the appellate issues. So he is always setting up the case just in case that an appeal would come back and the appeal would be successful. So Jamie's a very smart lawyer. He's an aggressive lawyer. I think that he's the right lawyer for this case. I was on this case very early on. The first maybe 4 to 6 months of this case, I was the lead attorney on the Melly case. And Melly wanted to go in a different direction, which I never, ever question, clients that want different attorneys. But Jamie and I have a very...
Myron, has that happened often? Have you seen that?
Where clients switch attorneys?
No, where the attorney actually challenges the judge like that.
No, rarely if ever. Because that can get you jammed up.
Really?
Yeah, you can get held in contempt of court. When you go into a courtroom and that judge owns that space pretty much. You're kind of, obviously you're within your bounds to argue your case and everything else like that, but he's literally like kind of personally attacking him, like, I can see you there with your arms crossed and your face rubbed up, blah, blah, you're not taking this seriously, blah, blah, blah. I was like, goddamn, nigga, like, you don't got to do all that.
He was playing with fire.
Yeah, you're kind of playing with fire there, but I mean, he has good reason to feel that way. I mean, yeah, those are some pretty fucking egregious mistakes that the state made. You got the fucking lead detective being accused of lying, which is a huge issue, which I'm going to talk about that in detail as well. You got the lawyer, the lead prosecutor with some Brady issues. We're going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. But yeah, dude, I mean, yeah, he's fired up. And it's understandably so.
Okay.
Any lawyers in the chat? Weigh in if we got any lawyers in the chat. Any law enforcement in here. Let's hit play.
very similar type of way of doing a case, and that is, we're not there to make friends. We're there to try the case, to put the state on their heels, and make sure that they can prove the case against your client.
We want to thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. Now, before you say, oh, great, another law firm ad. First of all, how dare you speak that way of Morgan & Morgan? And
fuck Morgan & Morgan, nigga.
The next development is one that really wasn't unexpected.
Judge
Murphy denied Melly's request for bail after the mistrial.
So pause.
His attorney.
So
wait, can you just play a little bit more?
Yeah, no, don't leave it like that.
Please don't leave it. Don't leave it there.
Okay. Hit play.
Attorneys had asked Judge Murphy to release him since he's been in jail since 2019, and he has.
Okay. So as you guys know, Melly's been in prison since 2019, right? So, the best time to argue, right, to get your client out for bail, right, or bond, right, pending a case like this, because guys, keep in mind he's been in jail the whole time. He never had bond. So after the mistrial, they're like, look, clearly the state couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the client was guilty. So they went ahead and immediately filed, a hearing to get him bond, and they got denied.
Question. Those years that he's been like.
You have to bring the mic closer to you if you're gonna sit.
Sorry. So those years that he's been in prison, if he gets free, if he gets the guilty verdict, does that count as his sentence?
Yeah, the time that he spent, but it's a life sentence, so it won't matter.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, let's say he got like 10 years, he would have done effectively half the time already.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, let's keep running the clip. So yeah, he tried to get bond, he failed. Or the
judge not
been
been convicted of these murders. That's a long time to be sitting in jail. COVID, of course, was to blame in part, along with delays over arguments pertaining to the death penalty associated with this case. Melly's attorneys had argued that he surrendered voluntarily when he was charged with the murders, and they pointed out that his co-defendant, Cortland Henry, was out on bail. But Judge Murphy ruled Melly will stay put, and he will remain held without bail, saying the proof of guilt is evident. This is, of course, a double homicide case, so a judge granting any type of bail other than a very high amount would be unlikely. Now, in between the mistrial and the retrial, Melly got into more legal trouble. Prosecutors charged Melly with witness tampering. Court documents state that Detective Danny Polo, you'll remember him from the first trial.
Pause.
He had that mask on for part of.
That's the undercover detective that testified on the gang element of the YNW Melly case, which is critical because remember, guys, the state was pushing to get the death penalty, so they needed his testimony. He testified for damn near a week, by the way. I broke down his testimony in other episodes if you guys are interested in that stuff. Really interesting stuff. He went into details of how the gang speaks, vernacular used during the course of their text messages, etc., rank, all that stuff. So, and the reason why he has that mask on is because he works undercover. But anyway,
He's probably like still active.
yeah, he's still active. Yeah, and you can see he has the his Broward County Sheriff's Office
Badge?
pin on his thing. Typically, you wear that to show what agency you work for. But anyway, but yeah, he testified, and it was really interesting stuff. But yeah, they were trying to get the death penalty, and they needed his testimony to establish the gang link. Let's hit play, because he was what you would call a subject matter expert or an SME.
His testimony because he investigates gangs. Polo was listening to James Howard's jail calls from the Broward County Jail, where Melly is housed. Prosecutors say Polo heard Howard talking about passing messages from Melly. Then prosecutors said they heard Terrence Mathis's jail calls and that Mathis was talking to YNW Bortlen about keeping Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton from showing up to court to testify. So not only was Melly charged with witness tampering, so was...
And don't worry, guys, we're going to hear her side of the story soon as well. We got her as well, man. Don't worry about it. We got y'all, baby. All right? Let's keep going.
Bill's got like 100 friends that look like these guys.
Yeah, it's Florida
Bortlen.
for you.
The witness tampering charges mean that Bortlen, who had been free on bail, is now being held in jail without bail, just like Melly. His trial is now scheduled to begin in January. So why would Melly or Bortlen not want Mariah Hamilton to testify? Prosecutors say she has crucial information to provide about the night Sack and Juvie were murdered. In fact, her mother, Felicia Holmes, had told Bortlen on Instagram a couple of years ago that Melly confessed to the murders to Mariah. So prosecutors are asking Judge Murphy to allow them to tell the jury about Mariah Hamilton's statement to police in 2019. In that statement, Mariah told lead detective Mark Moretti that Melly FaceTimed her after the murder.
Bam. So answer question, and it goes right there where it's highlighted. Okay, and then, so what else did he say to you that, he said that blank and blank got shot? Did he elaborate, or did he just know, or why, or where, or anything? And that's the question that's the detective asking her, and she goes, no, he was just like, they killed them. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Who, or whatever? He was like, they killed them. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, do you want us to come? Or whatever like that. Got word or whatever. And my mom had called his mom and told her about it or whatever like that. And guys, remember, they're transcribing the conversation because the conversation was obviously recorded. But since she didn't want to come in to testify, they couldn't use it because that would be hearsay. So they couldn't use this interview. Let's hit play.
Murders and said that Sack and Juvie were killed in a drive-by shooting. A warrant was out for Mariah's arrest during the first trial. She appeared on Sidebar recently.
Because I was his girlfriend at the time. So they thought that I knew more than what I was telling them that I knew, which I didn't. So they were just harassing me being that I was his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time.
And if you watched the first trial, you probably remember Mariah Hamilton's mother, Felicia Holmes. She was probably the most memorable witness of the trial. Prosecutor Christine Bradley treated her as a hostile witness.
Good morning, Ms. Holmes. Good morning.
Pause.
How are you today?
Not good.
She didn't want to answer no questions, guys. She didn't want to answer no questions. Let's hit play.
Are you cold?
No, I'm just, I don't feel comfortable.
Are you nervous?
Of course.
I feel threatened.
Well, now prosecutors say Holmes is refusing to testify in the retrial, so they want to use her testimony from the first trial in this second trial. That is allowed sometimes when a judge determines that a witness is unavailable. And Felicia Holmes popped in on the interview of her daughter on Sidebar. Take a look.
A lot of anger with me because of everything me and my daughter have been through, what Christine Bradley's tried to put us through. I felt like we're getting persecuted more than the defendants.
Christine Bradley is the prosecutor, guys. Don't forget. Keep that name in mind, and we're going to go into her right now. Next
Now, there are
development.
two reasons why Felicia Holmes's and Mariah Hamilton's testimony is so important to the state. First, it destroys the claim by Melly's defense that he wasn't in the Jeep when Sack and Juvie were shot. Mariah Hamilton told police in 2019 that her boyfriend Melly FaceTimed her, as I mentioned, in the early morning hours of October 26th, and that he appeared to be hiding and that he claimed that they had been shot at in a
Pause.
drive-by shooting. According to
So immediately after the shooting, guys, as you know, they staged the drive-by, etc. YNW Bortlen drove to the hospital, but Melly stayed back in the woods. And when they looked through Melly's phone, they saw that he had made a FaceTime call to his girlfriend. And on that FaceTime call, he told her, yo, I need a ride. I need you to pick me up. And that's where allegedly the incriminating comments were made, where they had killed them and he needed a ride. Okay, that's why they needed him, because Melly tried to say that he was not at the scene of the crime. Well, he didn't actually. Let me rephrase. Melly never gave a statement to the police, but a part of his defense was, prove I was there, motherfuckers. Now, obviously, they had his phone, right? That was at the scene, but you know, you can always say, well, was he there with the phone, right? Which I know is ludicrous, guys. But of course, this is beyond reasonable doubt. It's a murder trial. You need to be able to prove that he was there with the phone, etc. So, Melly made a big mistake. Matter of fact, let's have fun with this one. Bills, can you open up another tab real quick? We'll go ahead and do this shit real time with the audience, just to show y'all how well versed we are in this case. God damn it! Open up a tab. Okay, go on YouTube. Type in YNW Melly documentary. It's ridiculous.
There
I
is a
remember all this shit.
documentary?
Yes. And I'm gonna show y'all where he fucked up. Click that first one right there. I understand in which to proceed. I wonder why it's inappropriate. All right, pause. Now move it all the way to the end, pretty much. Keep going. Oh, no, towards the end. Even further. Even further. Okay. Hit play right there. Boom. Pause. Okay. 4 days after the completion of this film, YNW Melly and his friends were targets of a drive-by shooting in Miami, Florida. Well, gotcha, bitch. Melly just effectively placed himself at the crime scene with his own documentary. So they don't even need the girl's fucking testimony, but this proves that he was actually there at the scene of the crime. I guess they didn't think forward.
But wait, does the court can use this?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
They used it. They used it to establish that he was there. So not only did they have the FaceTime call, right? Because they know that he made a FaceTime call because they looked at the data records. They also have his own documentary, which caught him in the act.
Concombre punch.
Okay. So, yeah, I like that sound effect. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, hit play real quick.
he's taking
And
some
mute the music. YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser were killed. I mean, there you go. Bam. So in his own documentary, guys, he basically admits that he was there at the scene of the crime.
Did you watch it, Myron? Is it good?
I did watch it.
Is it good?
It's all right. I mean, it talks about his childhood and stuff like that. He could hit pause, Bills. So, that was another piece of evidence that they used against him. All right, so let's go back to the, yep. You get it, play.
a motion filed by prosecutors, Jamie King paid Mariah Hamilton $1,620 for her vehicle. Finally, one of the biggest developments in the case, Judge Murphy removed lead prosecutor Christine Bradley from the case. This came after the defense said she's a possible witness to possible misconduct by lead detective Mark Moretti. The defense said Moretti seized the cell phone that belonged to Melly's mom, Jamie King, at the prosecutor's office, and that he wasn't in his jurisdiction. And this exchange happened.
Mr. Trackman and Ms. King leave.
They leave the room.
What happens?
All right, pause.
Once they leave the room, Deputy...
Okay, so this woman right here is another prosecutor, okay? Now, this is crazy that they got prosecutors on the stand. This is something that should never happen, by the way, guys. Okay? Let's keep running it.
Garrell, who I didn't know his name, he came into the room, and Detective Moretti looked at him and said, "You need to..." Deputy Moretti said Detective Moretti said to Deputy Morell, "You need to say you were here when I served that search warrant." And it was kind of like an awkward moment. Someone described it just kind of getting punched twice in the head. So there's a search warrant that gets served.
Okay, pause. Let me explain this.
And then the next...
Okay, let me explain this because obviously this might be a little confusing for people that don't understand. So when you get a search warrant, guys, okay, the judge, you write an affidavit in support of the search warrant, okay? The affidavit is all your probable cause, etc., as to why you need to search the phone, okay? You give it to a judge. If the judge deems that it's enough probable cause, they will issue you a search warrant. So Dave Moretti had a legitimate search warrant to search YNW Melly's mother's phone, Jamie King. All right? Now, it's time for you to serve the search warrant, okay, once you have the evidence or the premises or whatever you're going to search in your jurisdiction or your area, right? Now, he's a detective, okay? He's a peace officer in the state of Florida, okay? So he has authority technically all over Florida, but he's hired by the Miramar Police Department, so his jurisdiction is the city of Miramar, okay? So where this interview occurred was clearly outside of Miramar, and it was somewhere in Broward County. So she's referring to deputy, right? That guy, more than likely, whoever it was a deputy for the Broward County Sheriff's Office, okay? And David Moretti was there conducting the interview, okay, or some other county in Florida, wherever they interviewed Jamie King at. I'm assuming it's probably somewhere in Broward County, right? But regardless of whether it's Broward County or not. But there's a deputy there. That tells you right there that it was there was a deputy for a sheriff's office there, and then you got Detective Moretti, who was employed by a city police department. All right. So, can he execute a search warrant, okay, on an individual in a location that isn't his? Yes, he can. He absolutely can. Especially, right, if you have another officer there that does have jurisdiction in the area. That is probably why he told him, you need to be witness or whatever of me searching the search warrant, which is a fuck up, because what he should have done was the deputy should have been in the room the entire time when he served the search warrant so that he can be the witness. Okay? Now, serving a search warrant in that case, guys, is simply him taking the phone from Jamie King. That's essentially like serving it, because now he has it in his possession, right? The first part of it. Okay, he served the search warrant. Now he's not going to execute the search warrant until the search begins and it's completed. Okay, so serving a search warrant and executing it are two different things. So he serves it by seizing it, and then the execution technically isn't done until the phone is extracted and he gets everything he needs to do out of it, get out of it. Okay, which could take time, right? If the phone is locked, for example, and you put it on a device called the Cellbrite, okay, and I might be going in the weeds here too much, but you know, I want to educate y'all. A Cellbrite is a phone extraction device, right? You serve the warrant, you get the device. Then you begin the execution, which is when you start extracting the data. If the phone is locked and you don't have the code, it might take you months to decode it and then get into the phone and extract the data, because you can't extract data until it's unlocked. If you have the code, it could take minutes, okay? And then technically, it's considered executed once it's completed, all right? The duration of the search, right, as long as it's reasonable in the eyes of the court, which if you're dealing with a phone with a passcode, etc., well, it's going to take you time to decode it. With a Cellbrite, you're doing everything in your power to get it decoded, but it could take weeks, months, etc., because I've done it before, okay, where I've had a phone and I didn't have the code. I put that shit on the Cellbrite. It literally takes weeks for it to, you know, work with the algorithm, try the different passcodes, be able to, you know, get it unlocked without necessarily locking the phone and getting it wiped, etc., all this other shit. It takes a while, right? So that's how that's the execution process. Where he fucked up is he served the warrant, didn't have a sworn law enforcement officer with him as a witness, right? And he didn't, and that's what messed him up. And then he tried to tell that deputy, "You need to be here as the witness," which he honestly didn't even need to do that, because he's a sworn officer. Credibility on his own is fine. He didn't need that guy there. I mean, it helps when you have a witness, but he didn't need it. So this was like a fuck up from his perspective. Okay? You technically don't need someone else there when you serve the warrant. It helps, but you don't need it, which is why I don't know why he did this. But let's continue on. Let's carry on. Probably from a jurisdiction standpoint, potentially. But he would have been fine to be able to do it because he had a search warrant from a judge. He's a peace officer in the state of Florida. So I am 99% sure that he would have been fine serving that search warrant regardless of where it was at, because he had the device in front of him and he had a lawful warrant to take that phone. Let's go ahead and hit play.
Saying he's asking this deputy to lie for him. And again, I'm like this is like, I'm in the twilight zone. Like, this can't really be happening. Deputy Gorell didn't say anything of any substance. I think he said, "Is there anything I'm needed for anymore?" or something like that. I don't remember if he said anything at all. It was just a very awkward moment after Detective Moretti said that to him.
Yeah, pause.
Specifically remember what was said.
And the reason for that is what I'm willing to bet is, so you have Detective Moretti and Christine Bradley, the prosecutor, right? And maybe even this woman was, well, clearly this woman was there too because she's testifying, so she clearly was there. They were probably in the room talking to Jamie King, interviewing her, but she didn't know that they had a search warrant for her phone, so she brought it. Obviously, they're not going to tell her, hey, just so you know, by the way, bitch, you need to show up with your phone because we got a search warrant. No, they didn't tell her that they had a search warrant. They just told her, hey, we need to talk to you. She came in. They did the interview, and then during the course of the interview, oh, and by the way, I got a search warrant for you for your phone. I'm going to take it, etc. And the other the deputy, right? The deputy that was there, he probably was outside sitting outside the room like this, right? Doing like, you know, some bullshit guard duty, right? Versus being in the room and, you know, and being involved. And I could potentially see in my head why Detective Moretti didn't want him in there, because it's a sensitive investigation. It's a high profile case. He's a deputy. He's not an investigator. You know, you don't know him. He's not in your agency. So, you know, a lot of guys are like, it's my case. I don't want nobody involved or whatever. But when you're the only law enforcement officer, a lot of the times it's better to have someone there, even if they're not involved in the case, because they can witness and etc. You know, and then you just have that, you know, professional courtesy conversation after. Listen, bro, this is a high profile case, sensitive case. Please don't share this with anybody. Please don't go around telling everybody about this shit. And a lot of the times they'll shut their mouth and not share it. You know what I mean? He's a deputy. Like, he's not an investigator. A lot of times they don't give a fuck. They're just excited to be there. So me personally, like when I did my interviews for my professional experience, if I went to a crime scene by myself and like there were Border Patrol agents there or there were uniformed guys there, I would always pull them in with me to do interviews. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Oh, it's my case, so I'm not going to share. Like, I would always pull them in to do interviews with me. If I was going to do any type of enforcement action of like taking a phone or any of the other stuff, I would always have a witness with me, etc. So he probably didn't want, again, I'm speculating here, but it doesn't make sense to me why the only feasible explanation as to why that deputy was not in the room at the time of that seizure is Moretti probably didn't want him in there because of the type of investigation it was. And, you know, obviously he's trying to limit contamination with other agencies and people being involved. But that came back to bite him in the ass after, because he didn't have him there when he executed when he served the warrant by seizing the phone. But he wanted a witness. But what we should have done was just have him there in the beginning or the whole time if you want a witness, or just take it yourself. You don't fucking need a witness to serve a warrant, bro. You don't. You know, it's better, but you don't need it. So it was an unnecessary risk, very stupid, especially in front of two prosecutors. You know, Moretti, come on, man. Like, you got to know better. But, you know, this I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is what happens at the state level a lot of times. They do stupid shit like this. One detective showing up for a murder investigation. You know, that's why for us, when feds, you need another agent with you like all the time. You know, this is something that feds do a lot better. Like, we don't show up to crime scenes by ourselves. You know, you always have somebody else with you. Whether you're doing a search warrant, you're interviewing somebody, whatever, you always, every single agency policy that I know, FBI, DEA, HSI, all of us have a 2-agent policy with everything, or at least another sworn law enforcement officer. At least. Okay? He doesn't have to be a special agent, but he's got to be a sworn officer with a fucking badge and a gun. All right? That could testify. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's go back to the clip.
I vividly remember what was said, yes.
So after that was said and after Morel leaves, do you say anything to Moretti?
No, I don't say anything to Moretti. I leave the room, I'm done with the statement. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done investigating this case.
Why?
Because I don't work with detectives that solicit lies.
Okay, what did you do then?
I reported it immediately on that day.
The defense says this is what's called a Brady violation. Prosecutors are required to turn over information to the defense that may help a person who is charged with a crime.
Pause.
That's called Brady Material.
All right, so this is very serious shit. Let's get into the Cornell thing real quick, real fast. Next tab over, please, Bills. What Brady Material actually is. This is stuff that ends careers, by the way, guys. Brady Material is derived from the United States Supreme Court case Brady v. Maryland in 1963. It established a rule that the prosecution has a constitutional duty of due process to disclose material evidence favorable to a defendant. Later, in the State v. Carter case, the court found that such evidence should be, 1, material to the issue and not merely cumulative or impeaching or contradictory. 2, discovered since the trial and not discoverable by reasonable diligence beforehand. And 3, of the sort that would probably change the jury's verdict if a new trial were granted. Okay. In practice, the prosecutor suppresses, or if the prosecutor suppresses or fails to disclose such evidence, to disclose evidence that is material to the defendant's guilt verdict or sentence, or influence the credibility of a witness, no matter whether the prosecution is of good faith, bad faith, intentionally or inadvertently, the defendant can use the Brady material to get a new trial. So United States versus Bagley. The prosecutor is not required to disclose entire files, but only impeachment and exculpatory evidence to the defense counsel, regardless of whether the evidence is in their possession or not, or whether they are asked to do so or not. To be more specific, the prosecutor has an affirmative duty to search their files and the files of law enforcement officers who work on the case for material evidence. As a defendant, they are required to demonstrate that if such material evidence is disclosed and used effectively, it might affect the outcome of the trial or undermine confidence in the verdict, okay? And then it goes, the Brady material has three components. The evidence is at issue, must be favorable to the accused, either because it is exculpatory, which means excludes them, or because it is impeaching, which means that it shows that the witnesses aren't necessarily credible. And then that evidence must have been suppressed by the state, either willfully or inadvertently, and prejudice must have ensued, concluded in the Strickler versus Green case. Once the above elements contend, the Brady violation is established. So, guys, I know you're probably like, what the fuck, Myron? That's a mouthful. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, nigga. It's okay. I got y'all. Let's go into a dream scenario so that this makes sense for y'all, okay? Well, actually, I'll give you guys a real world experience. Okay, let's go back in time. Matter of fact, let's go back to a trial that I had. Okay, I had a trial. I might have broken it down on my case where I caught. Yeah, I talked about it on Fed Reacts. I caught a smuggler with like $30,000, $40,000, whatever. He's smuggling illegal aliens in the United States from the Bahamas. He actually went to trial, right? And as the case agent, guys, once you get a case and it goes to trial, your job is to get all the evidence nice and neat, get all the witnesses for the prosecutor so that they can fight this thing in trial, okay? Now, at the federal level, okay, they take this shit very seriously. As you guys know, most federal prosecutorial offices, AUSA's office, Assistant United States Attorney's offices, have a 90% plus win rate, okay? Versus ADA offices don't have nearly as high of a win rate. They probably have more like a 50 or 60% win rate. So the feds don't lose, okay? And the reason why they don't lose is because they prepare very well for trial where they're like, we're not going to fucking lose, all right? So one of the things that I had to do, okay, was everyone that was involved in the case, all right, all the law enforcement officers, I had to go ahead and get all their contact information, and me and the prosecutor interviewed every witness in the case, okay? Remember, I'm the case agent, so it's my job to gather all the evidence, and it's the prosecutor's job to fight the thing in trial, which we're going to go to trial.
The lead agent, right?
I was the lead agent.
Okay.
The case agent, lead agent, same thing. So I brought in every single witness. We had witnesses from HSI. We had witnesses from Customs and Border Protection Office of Air and Marine. And we had Border Patrol agents that were involved, right? And Customs and Border Protection officers, right? All these different agencies were involved in this case. We had different law enforcement personnel that were involved in the seizure, the arrest, etc. Because remember, they arrested him originally. CBP Office of Air and Marine arrested the individual, and then HSI came out after the fact and did their interviews, etc. That's when I came in and I took over the case, right? Think of it as a police department. They catch it originally, and then the investigators come in and handle it, right? So all the guys that came in before me that seized the money, that arrested the guy, that identified the illegal aliens, identified all this other shit, they were all involved as witnesses in the case because they were the first ones to apprehend and interdict it. So when we were interviewing each guy, we had to ask them really uncomfortable questions. Have you ever been the subject of a disciplinary action? Have you ever been investigated by internal affairs? Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever had an issue with XYZ, blah, 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 disciplinary issues? We had to ask all these very uncomfortable questions, right? And the reason why is because, let's say one of them did say, yeah, I'm going through an internal affairs investigation right now, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? That, my friends, we must disclose that to the defense, okay? That could be considered exculpatory or impeachable, well, more likely impeachable, because what that does is it makes the law enforcement official, right, that's a witness in this case, that makes them lose credibility, and we must disclose that to the defense. So if one of them had said, yeah, I'm actually undergoing an internal affairs investigation right now because it's alleged that I don't know, fucking stole money from a vault, right? Or I stole money from evidence. Well, we have to disclose that over to the defense, and then when that officer is cross-examined by the defense, he can bring that up to the jury. Hey, jury, just so you know, this guy is going through an internal affairs investigation right now where he is a subject of, you know, theft from an evidence locker. Whoa! So tell me why he wouldn't be the one that lied about XYZ. This witness clearly is incredible, blah, blah, blah. We have to disclose that. So it is what it is. So failing to disclose that, guys, is considered a Brady violation. Okay? So that's my real world experience giving you guys a situation, right? Another example is, let's say you have a case where you find out that it was a bank robbery case, right? And you find out that it was 3 bank robbers and you got all 3 of them identified, right? But then you have a witness that says one of the bank robbers wasn't at the scene, right? You, by law, you have to disclose that to the defense, and you have to also make that witness available to the defense. Okay? You can't sit there and be like, nah, we ain't gonna take this motherfucker seriously, blah, blah, blah. No, that guy, not only do you have to identify him, right, and make it known and document that he was interviewed and he said that there was, this one of the robbers wasn't there, he wasn't present for the robbery. You also have to make that witness available to the defense because more than likely they're going to call him, and that is considered Brady material. That would be a Brady violation if you did not do that. You must provide all evidence, especially if it's exculpatory, because you don't want to be in violation of Brady. And if the prosecutor doesn't disclose that, they can literally get disbarred for that shit. So prosecutors are always going to ask you or tell you, did you interview everybody? Hey, what did this person say? And they should see it in the reports, right? And if there's exculpatory evidence in there, they're going to have to turn that over to the defense because they will lose their bar. They will lose their license if they don't. Give me ones in the chat if that makes sense for y'all. Give me ones in the chat. 2 if that was confusing. And if you're going to put a 2, you better put why it was confusing. I see mostly ones. I see one smooth-brained individual put a 2 without telling me why. Someone said 2 because I got lost in the waves. I appreciate that, sir. Just rewind the video.
That is funny.
All right. 2 very yappy. All right.
Mostly ones.
All right, cool. Someone said girl math. Okay. All right, let's go back to the video now. So I explained what Brady is, gave y'all 2 examples, one from my professional experience, one from a hypothetical. So let's go. Someone said 2, if Melly was the killer, do you think he told his lawyer? Yeah, I mean, you could. That's considered privileged information and it wouldn't be used against him. Hell, I'll tell you guys how crazy it is. If the police overheard him talking to his lawyer and he said, I killed them, they can't use it.
Wow.
Yep. Because it's privileged. It's privileged. So therefore, they can't use privileged material against you. So,
damn.
There you go. That's the power of, that's the power of attorney-client privilege, my friends. Police can literally overhear the dude saying, yeah, I killed that motherfucker. I hated him. But he was talking with his lawyer. Privilege, can't use it.
It was me, Austin.
Yeah, it was me, Austin.
That was easy.
You think you solved the case of shit. No, my friend. You just got hit with the
Colcomb
because you can't use that shit. Exactly. Absolutely denied, my friend. Yo, like the goddamn video, man. Who's gonna give y'all this type of edutainment, man, on YouTube, man? The most diversified content creators on fucking YouTube, bro. We give y'all true crime, girls, all this shit. All right, let's go ahead. And thank you, Mo, for posting the video in the chat for the people that want to watch that. That was my trial. You can look it up on all that shit, man. You can look it up on Pacer, all that.
I was worried if they have the right one. That's
that was it. That was a story time. Yep.
Melly's defense questioned Christine Bradley about this so-called joke that was disclosed to the defense about Moretti asking a deputy to say he was in the room when he seized the cell phone.
When you spoke to Detective Moretti, and we're talking about the conversation that you actually finally had with him prior to the first trial.
Yes.
Did you let him know that there were allegations made by Ms. Boutros and what they were?
Yes, because I asked him if there was any validity to it.
Excuse me, say that again?
I asked him if there was any validity,
Okay.
and that was his response.
And his response was what you just had told us about?
That is correct.
Okay. Did you speak to Ms. Boutros about it?
No.
But based upon Detective Moretti's representation to you, you've decided not to file Brady notice. Is that a fair statement?
No. Based on Detective Moretti's statement, Deputy Garrell's report that also denied any such thing as had.
Their reports don't jive them. Doesn't Detective Moretti say it was a joke and Deputy Garrell say it didn't occur?
Deputy Garrell says he was told he was not needed in his report. Detective Moretti doesn't mention anything about PSO assisting.
Okay. So Bear Sheriff. Okay, so I had it right. It was Broward County Sheriff's. I see, man. I didn't. Just so y'all know, my assumptions were right. I speculated right because I was like, I can read between the lines of, okay, he wasn't in a room, but you're trying to get him to whatever for seizing. So yeah, it was Broward County Sheriff's Office, like we had said, and he wasn't in the room. He wanted him to say he was in a room when he executed when he served the warrant technically by seizing the phone. It's executed once he starts searching it. That's two different things. And what she's saying is that he's claiming that it was a joke now. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going.
Decided not to send out a Brady notice, disregarding what a fellow prosecutor said that she heard, and took the word of the deputies. Is that a fair statement? Okay, Your Honor,
Now, the defense clearly did not want Christine Bradley on this case anymore, and Judge Murphy removed her, since she could be called as a witness to question Moretti's tactics. Judge Murphy stopped short of saying Bradley did something wrong.
Pause.
I asked Melly's former attorney.
Just so you know, it is very bad whenever a prosecutor is on a witness stand. That's not how it's supposed to go. They're not supposed to be witnesses. They're not law enforcement. So, yeah. So obviously, easy to say she was taken off the case just off of that alone. And then, obviously, and guys, it's considered Brady because that's an issue that wasn't disclosed to the defense prior to the trial. So they went through an entire trial and she never disclosed that there was this hiccup with him potentially telling a deputy, hey, you need to say that you were in the room when I, served this search warrant, etc. That's a problem. That's a big fucking problem, right? Let's keep going.
Attorney about the judge taking this step of removing Bradley.
It is an extreme measure that isn't taken in a lot of cases.
Yeah,
I probably have thought of, and I was thinking of it the other day, I might know one other case where a lead prosecutor was taking off the case, and that was for a similar issue of misconduct, alleged misconduct. But the judge decided to take her off because she could be a witness, and that witness, and what she would testify to essentially, is that Detective Moretti was not forthcoming in a discussion that he had with another BSO.
Now, let me tell you guys this right now, okay? The number one way to fuck up your career as a law enforcement guy, whether you're a special agent, you're a detective, you're a deputy, you're a police officer, you're a fucking constable, you're a border patrol agent, you're whatever you are. You're a sworn law enforcement officer in the United States carrying a gun, tribal police, I don't care who you work for. The number one way to mess up your career and absolutely tarnish your reputation is by lying and being caught, man. All right? If you lie, right, under oath or on a police report or to a prosecutor or anything like that, you are on the stand, whatever it is, you are going to fuck up your career because now they can always say, well, you've lied before, so you're not a credible witness. And once you're not a credible witness and you're not credible, you can no longer testify and you are effectively useless as a criminal investigator. All right? That is like lying, bro, under oath or lying during the course of investigation where your credibility could be called to the stand. Big problem. And that's where Moretti's getting in trouble here. So he's probably going to get hit with a giglio, okay? And in the future.
What?
And let's go ahead and Google it real fast.
Bless you.
Let's go ahead and Google giglio real fast.
What?
Alhamdulillah.
Bro, how am I spelling this, bro?
Giglio. Just Google it. Yeah, giglio.
Alhamdulillah.
Lio.
Yeah, Lio. Okay. of course they're gonna put this bullshit. Put giglio law enforcement, and then yeah, put women's clothing. What the hell? Okay. Let's see if it goes. Okay. A giglio or Brady list is a list compiled usually by a prosecutor's office or police department containing the names and details of law enforcement officers who have sustained incidents of untruthfulness, criminal convictions, candor issues, or other type of issues placing their credibility into question. So remember how I told you guys that we brought those guys in and we asked those questions of all the witnesses? That was, we're formulating a Brady/Giglio list of guys that might have integrity issues. These are guys that you stay away from and they never testify. And a lot of the times when you have Giglio issues, you can be fired for that from any, law enforcement agency because you effectively become useless because you cannot testify anymore. Okay? They're going to impeach you all the time in trial. So this is a very serious problem that he's dealing with right now. I would not be surprised if the Florida Department of Law Enforcement was not investigating him from an internal standpoint. Let's go ahead and Google them real quick so people are probably wondering. What the fuck is the Florida Department of Law Enforcement? Guys, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is the state agency, okay, in the state of Florida that does public corruption cases, right? Obviously, I don't think this has risen to the level of public corruption. This is a candor issue. This is a giglio issue. But given the case's enormous amounts of press, I would not be surprised if the FDLE was not involved in this investigation as well. You know what? Go ahead and hit the FDLE wiki. Because I guarantee you the Miramar, the police department, if they probably have an internal affairs, they're probably investigating this, and they might even have FDLE involved just because of this case's notoriety. Yeah, this is him right there. Boom. So the FDLE, guys, is a statewide investigative law enforcement agency within the state of Florida. Think of them as like the state of Florida's FBI. Okay. The department formally coordinates 8 boards, councils, and commissions. FDLE's duties, responsibility, and procedures are mandated through Chapter 943, Florida statutes, and Chapter 11. Florida Administrative Code. FDLE is headed by a commissioner, executive director, who reports to the Florida cabinet, who is composed of the governor, the attorney general, the chief financial officer, and the commissioner of agriculture. The commissioner is appointed to his position by the governor and cabinet and confirmed by the Florida Senate. So basically, Ron DeSantis would appoint the commissioner of the FDLE. It's headquartered in Tallahassee, Florida, which is the state capital, and has close to 2,000 employees statewide. The department maintains 7 regional operation centers and 12 field offices and 7 crime laboratories, right? And that's their badge right there. As you can see there, right? See, it says State of Florida Special Agent. So they are basically the equivalent to the Florida state's version of the FBI. They do a lot of internal investigations on public corruption of state officials, etc. Well, in this case, FDLE open up. Okay. Do I think that the detective's conduct is going to lead to an arrest? Probably not. I mean, it could, right? Just because of this case's massive exposure from a national standpoint. So now everyone knows who Detective Moretti is. Obviously, the suspect is a high-profile artist. So I would not be surprised. I mean, Miramar, I wonder how many police department, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go all the way. Can you search Miramar Police Department real quick? They're probably a smaller police department. I would be surprised if they have more than 20 officers, man.
I think they do.
I'd be really surprised because Miramar isn't a big town.
It's not a big town.
Click. Yeah, no. You go to the website. Oh, what the heck? Yeah. Go to right there. Let's see here. They probably have like. Let's see here. Okay, hit. Scroll down. I wonder how many police officers they have.
Man, that badge is good times, man.
Let's see here. Maybe try services.
I think you would be surprised.
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised too.
Yeah.
About us? Maybe an about us, it'll say. Okay, about the department. Let's see here. Okay, hit control. Can you hit control P a bit?
Oh, they got 216 sworn officers.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
makes
Holy shit.
Miramar's not. It's heavily populated like that.
Okay, so they got 216 sworn officers. So yeah, they probably have an internal affairs unit then.
I think how many?
Oh yeah, they do. Right there. Click internal affairs. Because when the police department is really small, man, a lot of times they don't have their own internal affairs, and it's got to be like an outside agency to do it. So, okay.
It's because Me and Bill's not surprised because we're from like that area.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a big area, especially the east side of Miramar. It's the hood, ain't it? East side is kind of like inner city, so it does require a lot of activity on the east side of Miramar. So I wouldn't be surprised if the whole Miramar had a lot.
So I could say this with 1,000% certainty. There's absolutely an internal affairs investigation probably open on Detective Moretti. Okay. And I would not be surprised if the FDLE was not also working with internal affairs to potentially pursue some type of criminal case. Typically, internal affairs, a lot of the time, they do what's called an administrative investigation. By the way, you guys are probably wondering, Myron, how do you know all this? Because, guys, unfortunately, your boy Myron Gaines has been the subject of internal affairs investigation before. What you give myself a Don DeMarco for that one? I beat both. Well, the second one I had to leave, right? But the first one, okay. All right. So the first one I beat it, like it was right. Yeah, I beat it. And then the second one was because of me being on YouTube. It was literally because of me being on YouTube. They thought I was recording.
Wow.
They thought I was recording my YouTube videos on the fucking government phone. Now I never actually got. Okay, I'll break that. Okay, so I'll explain all that for you guys here in a second.
Are you allowed to?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I'll explain it. I'm transparent with y'all, painfully transparent. And I'll go over all that situation. But what I'll say is this, and I'm gonna explain this, and then it'll make more sense when I tell my story. Okay? So, internal affairs investigation. I've talked about this before openly. So internal affairs investigations, guys, 9 out of 10 times are administrative in nature. What does that mean? That means that you're being investigated for some conduct issue, maybe a complaint. It's typically like some administrative situation, almost like a damn near HR situation. It could be as minuscule, guys, as you saying that the secretary, I like your hair. She can literally go ahead and file to internal affairs and say, oh, he said he liked my hair, I feel threatened, and bam, now they got to open up a case. Because accusations. Anytime an accusation comes in, they must investigate it. They must. Even if it's bullshit, they must investigate it. Okay? Internal affairs. So, they have to open up a file and they have to investigate it, and then they either clear it or they find out there was wrongdoing and they give you a punishment, maybe a couple days on the beach or whatever it may be. Now, if it rises to the level of criminal, maybe you lied on an official document, right? 1001, or you actually committed a felony or whatever it is, you committed a serious crime. Then a lot of the times the internal affairs will work with a agency that specializes in public corruption or specializes in arresting law enforcement officers, right? This is where an Office of Professional Responsibility will come in, or an FBI if it's really egregious, or a federal Texas Rangers if you're in the state of Texas, or FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, etc. Okay, so it starts admin, right? It could be something as stupid as using putting fantasy football on your government phone. It could be something as stupid as that, right? Or it could rise all the way to the level of serious misconduct, which leads to criminal investigation, which internal affairs can investigate to a degree, and then they have to bring in a real criminal investigative agency when it comes to internal affairs investigation. An OPR, Office of Professional Responsibility, an Office of not Office of Professional Responsibility, Office of Inspector General, etc. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Okay, give me ones in the chat if that makes sense. Give me twos if it's confusing. So it typically starts internal affairs, and then if it rises up to the level of real criminal case, it'll probably go to another investigative agency. All right, and if you're gonna give me a 2, you better put in there 2Y. If you're gonna put a 2 right next to it, why it confuses you. Yes, it's very similar to the military. Yes, you guys already know. You guys are in the military, you get accused of some bullshit. It could be literally you fucking slap a towel on a guy's ass. Next thing you know, if you're in the Marines, NCIS is gonna ask you questions. If you're in the Army CID is gonna ask you questions. If you're in the Air Force, OSI is gonna come ask you questions.
Accusations. These are not
accusations. They're automatically gonna come in and interview. And here's the thing. I had a buddy that was CJIS, Coast Guard Investigative Service, right? Good guy. He literally told me, 80 to 90% of the cases that they investigate are bullshit cases that it's an accusation. It's some dumb shit like, fucking, you know, one time he had to open up a case on a guy that took a towel and like slapped somebody's ass in the shower.
What?
Like they did the towel whip, like, putish, and he had to open up an entire case to do that shit. Yeah. Yeah, they have to open a case. That's how stupid admin cases are a lot of the times. And a lot of times these military law enforcement agencies, CID, CGIS, NCIS, OSI, they end up getting bogged down with really stupid cases like that.
What was the claim? Sexual harassment or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Accusations.
Okay, so so now that you guys understand that, now let me go ahead and break down my story. Okay, now that you guys understand how internal affairs works and all other shit.
You did the hand sign with it.
So we go back in time, right? 2018. Was this 2018? Yes. December of 2018. I'm with my buddy. We go to a nightclub, right? And they allege that we went to the nightclub, we went inside when we actually didn't, right? And said that we had been kicked out of the club, etc. They make all these accusations that we blah, 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 all this shit, right? So one of the people that worked at the club knew an agent in my office. So he calls them and says, yo, these guys trespassed. They're not supposed to be here. We had kicked them out before, blah, 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 right? None of it true. We get detained, all this shit. So that agent notifies OPR, Office of Professional Responsibility. That's our internal affairs for HSI. And for most agencies, they have an OPR at the federal level. So they have to open up a case. They do their investigation. They find out that we never went into the club. We never did the shit that they said they had made. There was an accusation that we had punched a stripper.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Yo.
I believe it.
Yep. They said that we went to the club, we were being argumentative, and we punched a stripper. Right?
Sounds a little bit like you.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch a stripper. Yeah, Angie. So anyway, right?
Wait, what you say?
That's on Sundays only.
Oh, okay, cool. I got it. Yeah.
This one on Saturday. So anyway, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so they make these crazy accusations, right? And say this shit. They get us detained by the police, all this other shit. OPR goes, they do an investigation, they ask all the fucking bouncers, they look at the surveillance footage, etc. They talk to everybody, right? 6 months, I get an email. Never forget this shit. You are the subject of an internal investigation. You need to report to, and the OPR office is actually in Plantation. Right?
Oh,
yeah,
Bills.
drive my ass up all the way to fucking Plantation.
Oh, we're with Bills, hey.
Yeah. So, and it was ICE Office of Professional Responsibility, right? They investigate both HSI employees, HSI special agents, and they also investigate, ERO, Enforcement Removal Operations Deportation Officers, right? So, because I knew as soon as because that agent called me and said, hey, where are you at? I was like, we're walking away from this club. They just released us. Oh, well, I had to kick it into LPR, all this other bullshit. So I already knew what time it was. I was like, all right, yep, they're going to open up a case. They got to open up a case. This motherfucker banged us in. It is what it is. Whatever. Right? Fuck that motherfucker. Fat piece of shit. Fucking loser anyway. So anyway, I knew that they were going to fucking open up a case. So I jump on, and all you guys out here that are law enforcement at the federal level, you need to get feds, you need to get FDLE. I'm going to say that one more time. I'm not getting paid to tell y'all this. If you are a federal employee and you carry a fucking gun and a badge, all right? Even if you're a task force officer, you need to get FDLE and you need to get feds, okay? They're going to represent you. They're going to advise you on what to fucking do anytime you deal with internal affairs and bullshit investigations like this, okay? So anyway, I know that I'm going to get banged in. I let my supervisor know, etc., right? And like fucking clockwork, because they have 6 months to do their investigation, by the way. Internal Affairs only has 6 months to do their investigation.
What club was it?
I ain't gonna say. Fuck them niggas. But I'll tell you off here. So anyway, 6 months passes, and I get the email. This happened in December of 2018. In May 2019, I get the email. As Special Agent Photo, you are the subject of an internal affairs investigation. You need to report to office and Plantation on this day at this time. The person that you can coordinate with is Special Agent blah, blah, blah. Right? I still remember his name. I ain't gonna say his name. Nice guy though. Right, was very professional. So I go up there, tell my supervisor, hey, I gotta fucking go up to, you know, OPR and all this other shit. He's like, all right, take my car, drive up there, have to fucking show up in a suit, right? Get there, lock my gun up, go into the interview room. As soon as I go in there, they put me under oath. Raise your right hand. Everything you say is gonna be the truth and nothing but the truth, blah, blah, blah. Yes. All right. Special agent photo, you're now under oath, etc. We're gonna ask you questions about an incident that occurred, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Say your last name.
Yep. So they asked me questions. And here's the thing, just so y'all know. You have which this is a good thing too, by the way. You don't have any rights to not answer the questions. You must answer the questions. You can't sit there and be like, I ain't talking to y'all niggas.
No Fifth Amendment?
No, doesn't extend. You're an employee. You have to answer the questions.
Wow.
They read you something you're called your Garrity rights. Let's see if I'm right here. Let's see if I don't miss.
Pull 'em up.
Google it up real quick. I think it's your Garrity rights is what they read you. Garrety. Man, y'all really get some sauce now.
These right here.
Garrity rights protect public employees from being compelled to incriminate themselves during investigate. Yep, conducted by employees. Bam. Okay. This protection stems from the Fifth Amendment. Boom, 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 for public employees. Okay. Yep. When questioned by the employer, they are being questioned by the government. Therefore, the Fifth Amendment applies to that interrogation if it is related to potential criminal conduct. Garrity rights stem not just from Fifth Amendment, but also 14th Amendment, blah, blah. Okay. So let me tell you guys why getting your Garrity rights is actually a good thing. Okay. If it's a criminal case, they're going to read you your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say against you can be used against you in a court of law, blah, blah, blah. So since they didn't read me my Miranda rights, I knew right then and there, this is an administrative case only. Okay? So as long as I tell the truth, I don't lie, I don't try to mislead or any of that other bullshit, I'm probably going to be fine. The worst that's going to happen is a couple days on the beach. But I knew I was innocent and I didn't do shit because I never stepped foot in the fucking club. I never was in there. You know? Because I found out what the accusations were. I was like, this is fucking ludicrous. I wasn't even in here.
It's a
Accusations.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't I was pissed. I was more pissed off that I had a big case at the time and I was dealing with this fucking bullshit. And even the internal affairs agents knew this is fucking bullshit. But they got to do it, right? They got to do their job, right? It's fine. So I go in there. They swear me, and they ask me questions. Where were you on this night? Did you step in? Blah blah blah, right? And you know, I'm answering the questions the best I can. I had been drinking that night, so I told them, look, this is what I recall. You know, everything I say isn't necessarily going to be as I'm going to try to recall the best I can, but everything is not going to be 100% accurate. I'm going to do my best. So, right. Anyway, did the interview, right? Took like 45 minutes, an hour, right? Told everything. It's funny though. I will tell you this, the funniest part of the interview, fucking funny. They were like, did you flip off a camera? And I was like, I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe, maybe not. I don't recall. Niggas pulled out a camera, a still shot of me and my buddy going like that to the camera at the club. And you can see us both smiling like this to the fucking camera, bro. And it's clear as fucking day. I had this bright ass Hawaiian shirt on. And he had a bright ass like shirt on, and he's like me, whitens his teeth and shit, and they're like really straight. Pause. Ow. So y'all can see us both like clearly smiling at the fucking camera. Like,
was that outside of the club?
It was right outside the club. It was on the fucking sidewalk.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Right. So So a month or two passes, right? So they take their case, you know, they take their findings or whatever the hell it is, right? I do the interview, whatever, and I ended up, nothing happened. No discipline, whatever. They found that I was clear, right? I didn't do shit because I wasn't there, goddammit. But that just goes to show, guys, the bullshit of when an accusation is made, they have to follow up on it, okay? So that was my first internal affairs investigation, right?
Accusations. These are not.
As y'all know, I didn't do shit. I got cleared. The second one came, guys, when obviously I started the YouTube, right? So I started the YouTube channel.
Unplugged Fitness.
Right? And it started to blow up. I got like 10K subscribers, and I'll never forget this shit. I got that same goddamn email again. Special Agent Fuddle, you are the subject of an internal investigation. It is an administrative case, right? They told me right then and there it was administrative, it wasn't criminal.
You saying your last name again?
Yeah, they call, yeah. Man, niggas already know, man.
Okay.
So I showed up. I'm thinking they're gonna interview me again. Put my gun away. Fucking go walk in, and they took my phone. They took my phone. So I was like, they took my government phone, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, cause here's one thing about me, right? When it came to the government phone, I didn't fuck around. I didn't use that shit for nothing personal. Like, I literally had nothing on that bitch. I didn't even have my Instagram on there. I didn't have shit on it. Well, I didn't have no followers on Instagram anyway. But I didn't have shit on that fucking phone. Because I had my personal phone. I had all my shit on there. Like, I was like, man, this phone is government property. It can be taken at any time. I'm not fucking putting shit on this thing. I already got a better iPhone. And it was like a fucking iPhone 7. It wasn't even like good. Like, it was like, what the fuck, man? It was like 2 or 3. The government's always like 2 or 3 generations behind, right?
It had the home button, though.
Yeah, nigga, I had a home button.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
W home button.
We on face locks now. Niggas having home buttons. Like, come on, man.
W home buttons.
Bro, they gotta push the button. I was like, what the fuck is this? So anyway, so and here's the thing. I had obviously did outside employment paperwork. Everything was clear because I knew what time it was. If you're gonna get do something else, you need to fill out outside employment paperwork. You need to do everything by the book. And I had all my shit. I had all my paperwork in order, right? So they took my phone. Right then and there, I was like, all right, they're probably suspect that I'm fucking doing some shit on YouTube with the phone. Next day, I get called in by my special agent in charge. All the brass is there. Him, the deputy special agent in charge, and 2 ASACs, 2 assistant special agents in charge. For y'all niggas that watch fucking Breaking Bad, that's 2 Hank Schraders. All right? That's 2 Hank Schrader's boss, and the nigga on top of him.
God damn.
Okay?
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Bro.
And just so y'all know, the special agent in charge is in charge of like 300 agents, 300 to 400. And actually, the whole AOR, up all the way up to like fucking Fort Myers, right? So he's the head honcho. They bring me in, and they say, hey, what's going on here? We heard that you got called to internal affairs. They took your phone, blah, blah, blah. So I don't fucking know what the hell's going on. They're like, look, pending this investigation, we're suspending your outside employment paperwork. What does that mean? I can't do my fitness coaching, can't be on YouTube, can't do nothing. They said, look, man, probably fucking, it's your YouTube channel, 100% it's your YouTube channel. Just chill for 6 months, let them do their investigation. Stop posting on there. We're suspending your outside employment paperwork. And I tell them, I'm like, yo, I got employees. Like, we got this shit going. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, at this point we had done 1 or 2 podcasts for Fresh and Fit. I had just gotten the apartment. Fresh, like, just quit his job, right? Yeah. So they're like, yo, you whatever. And here's the other thing too that killed it, right? I would have considered, and I've never revealed this before, Fed Reacts exclusive. I would have considered taking that 6 months off had they reinstated my outside employment paperwork. But he told me, the SAC told me, I reserve the right to not reinstate your outside employment paperwork even if you're cleared of this internal affairs case. So in other words, I could be cleared, which I knew I was going to get cleared because I didn't put shit on that fucking G phone, right? I mean, nigga, it was an iPhone 7. Like, yo, yeah, just to show y'all real quick. This, oh my God, the government, man, got to be better. Pull up one of my old ass videos. Type in Fresh and Fit, then go hit oldest. Okay, let's pull this up real quick. I want to show y'all if this could be recorded. If this level could be recorded on a fucking iPhone. Like, the evidence is there. All right, yeah, go ahead, click it real quick.
I'm getting into it right now.
Yeah, type in oldest, and I'm gonna show y'all my first fucking video that I recorded on there.
Videos, yeah, videos.
On Fresh and Fit, which used to be Unplugged Fitness at the time.
And you recorded it with what?
It was actually a professional camera.
You're gonna see right now what I recorded.
Bro,
I'll
you
tell
couldn't
you
record that shit on just a
nigga, I couldn't record it on my
phone, bro.
I couldn't even record it on my iPhone that I got now.
Oh, phone, bro.
15. We got it. All right. These are my old. Yeah, y'all like this? These are my old ass videos. Yeah. Click that fasting more gains one. Click that one. Right? Yeah, that one right there. Right? Yo, look at that shit. Y'all think I could have been able to record that shit on an iPhone?
That was before he was
hit
losing
HD
hair.
real quick. Click the what options they got.
Hit HD.
That was before he was
come
losing
on,
hair
man.
too, bro.
Y'all think you could record that shit on an iPhone?
Oh, Roberto told me about this.
Yeah, Roberto did this.
Roberto,
Yeah,
Roberto did this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Roberto did this. This is my old ass video. Like the audio, all that shit. There's no way I would have. Yeah, fair use on my own content. All right, pause. So the point I'm trying to make is there's no way I would have been able to record that on like an iPhone 7, bro. So I knew if I stuck the course, I would have got cleared. I was like, all right, another because again, guys, remember, as soon as the accusation comes in, they have to investigate it. I already know what happened. So fucking haters in the office found out I had a YouTube channel, probably said, I guarantee he's probably recording on his phone or some shit. And since they're retards and most government employees don't understand like how production works and how cameras work and how lenses work and how you would never be able to get a high quality video like that on fucking YouTube through an iPhone 7, he's probably recording on his free time. Bangs me into fucking internal affairs. They got to open up a case and then bang, that all this bullshit happened. I already know some hater that did the shit. Another thing too is that I was making a lot of money at the time with my fitness business, everything else like that. I was already making more than my government job at this point, by the way, guys. So haters are always going to rear their ugly face. That's why I tell y'all all the time, you government employees, they become super successful. Don't fucking tell anybody about your side business. Don't tell them how much you make. They're going to get fucking angry, bro. They're going to get jealous. All right? So they knew... I mean, they probably did the math and the numbers, and I started to blow up because I wasn't talking about my side hustle like that, but obviously the YouTube started to blow up. So
wasn't it the TikTok video that went viral?
I left right before that. Oh. I left the government right before those TikTok videos took off, bro. Bro, that's another thing too. Because if I stayed with the government when those TikTok videos hit, it would have been a wrap.
That time when he was on, what was it, The Real or The View? One of it.
Yeah, it would have been a wrap. They would have told me, nah, nigga.
I thought I actually thought it was that, like when you was on The View or The Real, one of them, and you was on that twice.
Yeah. There's no way that
recreational use only and punish bad behavior.
At 10K views, at 10K subscribers, they called me and I'll never forget. And they already, I was already like getting buzzed in that regard. If I had the punish bad behavior, blah blah blah, when I hit national news, Fox News wrote about that shit.
Yeah,
literally weeks after I left the government, December 5th. Type it in real quick for me, Bills. Type in on Google. Type in TikTok misogyny Fox News Myron Gaines. You're gonna see it come right up. That came a few weeks later because I remember after I left the government, a couple guys sent me the article and said, "What the fuck is this shit?" But I had already left the government at that point. But either way, let me go back to the original story. Sorry. So I'm in there, Brass is in there, etc. They tell me, "Hey, we know that you had to go to internal affairs. They took your phone, blah blah blah. It's your YouTube, bro. You gotta halt everything that you're doing for 6 months." Now, guys, mind you, at the time I had one of the biggest cases in the fucking office. Yeah, TikTok. When did this come out?
December 29th.
December 29th. Yeah. So I left December 5th. So this is Fox News, by the way. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
I got you.
You are fake news.
Yeah, they would have 100%. They would have. If I was, they would have found out at some point. Too viral.
Nah. Don't get nah.
I don't even know. I don't even think that's the thing. If you hit play, I don't even think that's the video. I think that's like ad or some shit. I don't know.
Copyrights.
Yeah, this is Fox News.
Yeah, bro.
Nah. You hit play real quick. Let's see.
Bro, they YouTube, bro.
Nah, it's fine. Just hit play. Just mute it real fast. I don't even think that's gonna be what. Yeah. See, it's not.
Okay.
Some other bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's not. It's some other bullshit. I knew it. So yeah. So this is what it was, right? So anyway, let me go back to. So going back to what I was saying, right? So this is November. This is like late November 2020 at this point, right? They bring me in, like I said before. They ask me these questions, or not? They don't ask any questions. They just say, "Hey, we're gonna suspend your outside employment pending the outcome of this investigation." Well, I knew it was gonna take about 6 months at the shortest. You know, they almost always wait the full 6 months, do their investigation, whatever, right? For them to bring me in, and then on top of that, after I get cleared, because I knew I was gonna get cleared because I didn't do shit on my fucking G phone. After I get cleared, right, the special agent charge still reserves the right to not reinstate my outside employment paperwork. So I would have been fucked either way, more than likely. So if I take 6 months off, I wouldn't even have, there's a potential that I wouldn't be able to even restart doing the YouTube again and everything else like that. So I said, you know what, dude, at this point, there's no guarantee I can even resume my business, even if I get cleared of this. It's fucking bullshit. I know it's bullshit. I've never taken time to record on the G phone. And on top of that, it's not like I'm using like government time to fucking do this shit because it's like, bruh, I'm out here with one of the biggest cases in the fucking office. Y'all think I got time? Like, what the fuck? My work shows. Like, I'm writing reports. I'm traveling for this shit at a big ass case at the time. So clearly, I'm not out here like stealing government time or doing no bullshit because I'm like giving government extra time. And this was a very stressful time in my life. Y'all can see the bags under my eyes back then. I was fucking tired. I was working a lot. But anyway, so that is why I left, because there was no guarantee that I would be able to continue my business even if I got cleared, because the special agent in charge reserves the right to approve or decline or pull prior authorized work outside work employment authorizations. Okay, so that's the story, guys. So for all the idiots out there that say, oh, Myron got fired from the government or whatever the fuck, no, I fucking did it, you idiots. I resigned on my own accord, and I absolutely could have stayed working for the government had I continued to work. And they told me, don't leave. They literally told me, don't be an idiot, don't leave. This is a very difficult job to get. You're gonna get your pension. This is gonna be it's gonna be a stupid admin case. You're fine. And it was an admin case because they have to notify you that it's an admin case or a criminal case. It was an admin case. So I would have been good, man. Right? Like, I knew I wasn't recording nothing on my fucking phone. I knew I wasn't doing no dumb shit. I knew I wasn't stealing government time because I had the biggest fucking case in the office at the time. So there was, like, you could literally look at my reports. I could literally tell them, what the fuck y'all talking about stealing government time? I got a fucking OCDF case. Shut up. You know what I mean? That would have been defeated right there. Right? But, you know, it's what it comes down to was, I just couldn't risk not being able to continue the business after, and it was in their hands if I could start or not. And knowing the SAC, it's a risk. Why the fuck is he going to sit there and be like, you know what? I know this triggered an internal affairs investigation and everything else like that and gave me a headache, but you know what? You can go ahead and continue your side business, which is going to put you on YouTube and put you in a situation that could be, you know, bad for the agency. No, we would have said, fuck no, you're never going to get your, outside employment reinstated. I knew it was never going to come back. So I was like, all right, I got to make a decision. I got employees. I got people I got to care about. So I walked away from the agency, but I was in no way getting fired. I was in no way pressured to leave. I left on my own accord. It was my personal decision. And as a matter of fact, they told me, don't fucking leave. They didn't want me to leave. I had a big ass case at the time. They absolutely didn't want me to leave. You know what I mean? And this isn't a knock on the management either. They got to do what they got to do. They got to protect the agency. They got to protect the reputation. You know, I'm out here on YouTube talking about, 304s and all this other shit. I get it, man. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a victim and feel all bad and badmouth the agency because they had to make a decision. And at the end of the day, it is a risk for the agency. And they're like, yo, you can't be out here talking crazy like that. You know what I mean? And that's fine. So
they would have reopened another HR
yeah,
case.
Probably. Would the TikTok punish bad behavior? Yeah, probably.
And recreational use only. You would have had like 2 overlapping or something, man.
So when people say that dumb shit about, oh, you got pressured and you're gonna fire all this shit, like, shut the fuck up, man. I resigned like that. I literally resigned. I might even have some of the fucking paperwork to show it to y'all. My outside discharge paperwork where I willingly went in and gave all my shit away. You know what I mean? So I have it somewhere. I'll have to dig it up for all the haters out there. But yeah, I resigned on my own. It is what it is, man. Like I said, I had to make a choice. Bet on myself, and I ended up betting on myself. And I told you guys before, I didn't want to fucking leave. You know what I mean? It was like came out of nowhere. It was one of the best jobs ever. It was a fun ass job. It was a great job.
I'm not fucking leaving.
So I ended up leaving. I ended up leaving. Wrong sound effect.
Oh, my bad.
Stupid.
But yeah. So there you go, guys. That is a 411 on internal affairs investigations, how they work. Give me ones in the chat if that makes sense and y'all enjoyed that story time.
W. Myron beating the case. Oh God, bro.
Yeah.
Screw y'all. Whatever version of HR. What was it called again?
It was OPR.
Yeah.
They
Screw you, internal affairs.
I don't even hate them, bro, because they did their due diligence. They have to do it, bro. It is what it is.
W internal affairs, bro. Oh God, bro.
They cleared me. At the end of the day, they cleared me. You know what I mean? They cleared me. They found the facts. They saw that those fucking security guards were capping liars, and I was never even in there. So, you know what I mean?
Internal affairs. You guys doing a great job, bro.
You know what I mean? They cleared me. So it is what it is. I didn't get no punishment, no nothing, bro. So that's how you know. But the second one, I would have beat that one too, but. Like I said before, I had to leave because they weren't, bro. There was no way they were gonna let me continue my business. They would have been like, all right, nigga, you got cleared, but you ain't never getting this outside employment again. Fuck out of here. Let's see here. Anybody? Okay, so that makes all sense. Sweet.
Yep.
Nigga said 2, how is Chris still bumming? I don't know. That's a question that will never be answered, my friend.
Oh,
How Chris still bumming?
Yeah, nigga said, how is Chris still bumming? Did we finish the first video?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So
Chris.
I'm going to take a whiz and let's play that second video for the people because now they want to redepose the lead detective in the case for the issues that we talked about with Giglio and the Brady Material stuff.
YNW Melly is back in court today for a motions hearing ahead of his retrial.
He's accused of killing 2 of his childhood friends back in 2018. Local 10 News reporter Ian Margle is live in court with what happened.
So they are still in the process of picking a jury for that retrial. But today they kind of took a pause. They were doing some motions, the biggest of which was a motion by the defense trying to get a new deposition from the lead detective on this case, and they spent much of the morning talking about that. As we are gearing up for this retrial, Judge John Murphy already removed the original prosecutor on this case because of questions raised about her personal attachment to the outcome of the trial. Those questions stemmed from concerns about how the state attorney's office handled notifying the defense about an investigation into Detective Mark Moretti. Moretti was accused by another assistant state attorney of speaking with a BSO deputy about lying to say he was there with Moretti while Moretti served a search warrant on Melly's mother's phone. Now, the defense wants to bring Moretti back in for a new deposition to ask him exactly what happened during that conversation, but the state says those questions have already been answered.
I do not know what can show more corruption than an officer serving a search warrant when he knew he was out of his jurisdiction, physically taking something from a person which he did not have the right to do because he was outside of his jurisdiction, and then asking another officer to commit perjury.
At this point, there is no investigation. He has effectively been cleared by the Miramar Police Department, and what they now want to do is to pontificate or speculate that maybe some charges will come down the road, but there's just simply no evidence supporting that.
Oh, okay. So it looks like he was cleared is what they're saying.
So at this point, Judge Murphy has not made a decision on that new deposition. However, he did say he would let them know by the end of the day today. On Monday, jury selection continues. They will do voir dire and begin to whittle down this jury to find that group of jurors, find that panel
That's
that
gonna be
will
tough.
sit for this double murder retrial.
It's going to be
Live
tough.
in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Ian Margle, Local 10 News.
All right. Now we're going to go on to the next one. Okay. Whoop.
No, this is a whole other case.
What the hell? Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one.
you know what? Oh, shit. Okay, fine. Okay, so as you guys know, Melly got hit with some new charges, witness tampering, all right, which we discussed earlier. So let's go ahead and hit play on this thing.
Another twist just released in the double murder trial involving South Florida rapper YNW Melly. Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars.
And by the way, yo, guys, we only got 889 likes, but we got almost 2,000 y'all watching on YouTube, and then we got another 1.5K y'all watching on Rumble. We need you guys to like the video right now. We should be at 1.5K likes. Matter of fact, I might stop the video until we get 1.5. I'm going to let it run for a little bit, and I'm going to monitor this thing. If we're not at 1.5 by the end of this video, I'm going to stop the show. All right, and I don't want to do that. So like the video right now, guys.
Get them likes
Get
up.
us some 1.5K likes, because we got 1.8K y'all watching right now. Get the engagement up. Like I said, we're doing this pretty much damn near for free, man. Demonetized. All right? So like the video. All right? Let's keep going. Y'all got 2 minutes to get this thing, 3 minutes to get this thing up to 1.5K likes. Also, we're 9.9K followers on Rumble. Let's get to 10K, please. Go ahead. Let's keep going.
On an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, a.k.a. Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, a.k.a. YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with a witness. Unlike Melly, Bortlen has not been in jail since he was originally charged for the double murder of his two best friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. Due to COVID and jail overcrowding, Bortlen was conditioned to house arrest and was required to wear an ankle monitoring device. According to court records earlier this year, Bortlen moved to a new address that was approved by the court. However, details of where and exactly when are sealed. In March, a judge altered the conditions of his release, allowing him to go to church for 2 hours each week, stating otherwise he must remain at his house at all times. His attorney requested another hearing to change his conditions again, but a judge denied that request in June. Last week, YNW Bortlen released a music video called Our Year, in which he mentions Melly, rapping, quote, "Melly will be out this year, now that's perfect timing." Though facing identical charges, Bortlen and Henry's trials were severed after prosecutors said they would be seeking the death penalty against Melly, while Bortlen faces life in prison. During Melly's first trial, prosecutors presented evidence to a jury that they believed proved Melly shot and killed Juvie and Sack Chaser inside a car, and Bortlen was the driver. Surveillance footage showed all four leaving the studio together one early morning in October 2018. Hours later, Bortlen drove to the Miami area hospital claiming he was just in a drive-by shooting. Juvie and Sack Chaser were already dead inside the car. Investigators would later piece together a double homicide puzzle they believed was built on a lie, testifying in court that the evidence in the case pointed to the deadly shots being fired.
That's what they pretty much were able to. They recreated the scene, guys, and that's how they were pretty much established. Like, hey, more than likely, that is the distance at which he was really shot, because you can see the stippling. That's the range at which stippling would show on a victim.
Inside the car, and that there was no evidence of a drive-by shooting. Jury selection for YNW Melly's next trial is scheduled to begin next week on October 9th. The state hopes to have a jury seated by the first week of November. YNW Bortlen's trial was supposed to start this fall, but the judge pushed it back to January 2024. Bortlen will most likely be transferred from Miami-Dade County to Broward County in the next few days for his first appearance in front of a judge. We'll make sure to keep you updated once we learn more. For Law and Crime Network, I'm Elizabeth Milner.
All right, so hit pause. All right, well, actually, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next tab real fast. I don't know why this thing is being blurry. Might need your guys' help with that.
I
But
got it.
yeah, go back. Go to the next tab. Okay, so y'all can see here Instagram chat, right? You can see here he's having a conversation, YNW Bortlen, which they used in the arrest warrant for him, right? Hey there, I'm going to have my cousin. Can we hit Control Plus on that a little bit?
Nah, it's not.
And guys, keep in mind that YNW Bortlen was out all this time.
It won't
okay?
close up. It won't close
Okay. Bills, I'm going to have you read it then.
I can read it.
Go ahead, Angie.
All right.
Which is the whole conversation. It says, I'm called for now. It says, hey there, I'm gonna have my cousin. No, Bills, you read it.
Yeah, Bills, you read it, nigga.
Hey there, I'm gonna have my cousins in ATL drop Melly herpes infested bit. Redbone, he needs to check her nasty HIV infested ass. Next message is chill, ma. I'm calm for now. You a duck. Melly didn't even fuck with you like that. I watched him leave you in the club while Project beat your ass. You dumb as fuck. She don't need blood money. The lifestyle she living going to be blessed by God. Leave my baby alone. She don't give a damn about Melly, and if she did, she'll testify on his ass and yours too. If I call that prosecutor and tell them I've been in contact with you and you've been fucking with my child, your ass going in. Melly's a snake, and just like he did Sack, Juvie, and his mom, and blank, you next. God don't bless mess. That's the devil's money. So leave her the fuck alone. Don't mention her because she don't mention y'all. Y'all act like she a bunch of bitches. Shut the fuck up and get money before somebody slump your ass. These niggas talking about murking y'all, and y'all focused on my child. If she told on Melly, his ass would be getting the death penalty. Y'all keep fucking with her, and he will. Fuck Jamie, fucked out, long mouth, long cock ass, and fuck y'all. We don't need shit from him. Karma. Pause.
Yeah, I think that's Melly's mom. Sorry, Melly's girlfriend's mom responding to Bortlen.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, and that's a part of the conversation. That's her response, I guess, after they had been like threatening them. So hit next one. Now you can see the these are the charges. Bills, can you read that? I
Yeah.
can see tampering with witness.
Okay, I see. All right, let me.
The first one.
This one right here? Like this
Yep.
one right? LCF tampering with witness, life or capital case. Then I see 914.222E LCF tampering with witness, life or capital case. Another charge filed. ICF directing the activities of criminal gang.
Yep.
Directing the activities of criminal gang. Another one. That's a
Yep.
charge presented.
Solicitation on a felony.
Solicitation on felony.
Yep.
And then tampering with witness, life or capital.
Yeah.
case.
So he probably tampered with 2 witnesses. Which is why there's extra counts. Okay. So let's go to the next one. And then now they go into the counts here. It looks like this is the indictment. So you got count 1, Harold F. Pryor, state attorney for the 17th Judicial District of Florida. Oh, and by the way, the new prosecutor is going to actually be the prosecutor that did the Exextenacion case.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So on April 10th, 2023, through and including July 22nd, 2023, in the county and state of aforesaid, Jamel Demons, Cortland Henry, remember guys, that's YNW Bortlen, right? And the reason why he says Bortlen instead of Cortland, guys, because he's blood. They can't use the C term, the C. Yeah. Did and there unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct and or pecuniary benefit and or gain with the intent to cause or induce such and such to withhold testimony from an official proceeding and or evade legal process summoning her to appear as a witness in an official proceeding and or be absent from an official proceeding. All right, so let's go to next count.
Next tab.
Yep. No. It's that same thing, but just like tab right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Tab right. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then you got count 2, directing the activities of a criminal gang. And it goes here, on or about April 10th, 2023 through including July 22nd, 2023 in a county and state aforesaid, the Jamel Demas, Terrence Mathis, and Cortland Henry did then and there unlawfully, knowingly initiate, organize, plan, finance, direct, manage, and or supervise criminal gang-related activity, to wit, an activity committed with the intent to benefit, promote, or further the interests of a criminal gang, or for the purpose of increasing a person's own standing or position within a criminal gang, or an activity in which the participants. Now, just to let y'all know, this charge right here is a fucking catch-all. They're pretty much able to attach this to any type of crime as long as they're able to establish that they're gang members. And it's not hard to tell here, okay, that YNW Melly and YNW Bortlen are both gang members. I mean, hell, YNW Bortlen literally goes by YNW Bortlen instead of Cortland Henry because he doesn't want to use the C from his government name, and he calls himself Bortlen instead of Cortland. That in itself is the deciding factor, my friends, to show that he is in fact in a gang. And then solicitation to commit tampering, which is the count 3, and then next tab over. Soliciting to commit tampering, and then conspiracy to commit tampering, right? Which, guys, conspiracy, we've talked about on Fed Reacts before. It's nothing more than an agreement between 2 or more individuals and then one overt act, okay? So that's what it is. So this is all standard language for any type of gang activity and or conspiracy. So they're trying to allege here that these guys conspired to tamper with witnesses and and influence the outcome of the case, which would then influence the outcome of the trial to Melly's favor and Bortlen. Let's see here. What do we got for the next tab? Oh, and then unlawful use of a two-way communication device. And then they're saying Cortland Henry did unlawfully use a two-way communication device, including but not limited to a portable two-way wireless communication device. That's basically a phone, guys, a fancy way of saying a phone, to facilitate or further the commission of tampering with a witness and or solicitation. So basically, those DMs show that, because more than likely, what happened, there was a conversation before. Maybe it wasn't on text message or whatever, and that was the witness responding to Bortlen, saying "fuck you," blah blah blah. We could have been testified on y'all and got y'all in trouble, etc. So yeah, and so Terrence Mathis and Bortlen both did this. So yeah, those are the new charges that Melly got hit with. Let's hit the next tab. Shout out to Cuff Boys here. This is his video where he talks about YNW Melly's lawyers file a motion to dismiss based on tampering phone records. Basically, guys, long story short, they're gonna try to go ahead and challenge the phone records, which they've been doing that for a while. And then they're also click real quick with the timestamps. Go back to it. Yeah, so they're trying to get that, and then also what they're trying to do, they filed a hearing, by the way, to dismiss the entire case. They're trying to redepose Detective Mark Moretti, which we discussed. But what I want to do is fast forward to the 12-minute mark where Melly's mom speaks about the trial and being, because she had been around when they were doing the jury selection, and I guess her crying and being super emotional influenced the situation, so they don't want her there anymore. So let's go ahead and click the 12-minute mark.
Old-fashioned mindset.
Because he's going to play a part from her thing, from her speaking. So let's hit play. Shout out to Cowboys.
But, you know, I said it on the internet. Fuck it. So apparently Melly's mom talks right here for 5 minutes. Let's see if there's anything interesting in this.
That's Melly's mom.
Update about, you know, what's going on with the jury selection. I chose not to go back to jury selection after the prosecutor did what she did. The judge did not ask me to remove myself out the courtroom. I love my son that much that I'm going to stay away from the courtroom until the actual trial starts. It sucks because I still don't have any phone calls with him.
That's kind of crazy, right? I mean,
right,
at
pause.
this point, wait, no, actually.
So she's basically not going to be involved in the voir dire process whatsoever, because obviously that can cause some issues, right? And get people overly emotional, because she's going to be like, you know, crying there, and it's her son. And obviously she has a vested interest in him beating the case, and, you know, it can cause some issues. Let's hit the next one. So we're going to go ahead and skim through this interview with the ex-girlfriend. She did an exclusive interview with Law and Crime. It's 40 minutes long, but we're going to skim through this bad boy. We're going to go ahead and hit play on this and see where the fuck she's been for these past few years. Let's go ahead and put the speed up on it a bit, Bills, please. Oh, yeah, play. Yeah, we could do, 1.75. Yeah, shit, Bimbo, who cares? Let's go ahead and put the captions in.
How dare you?
Misogyny. Yeah, we'll get you all that 1080p enhanced bit rate, and let's go ahead and roll it.
You guys haven't seen or heard from me because I'm currently wanted.
Mariah Hamilton, the ex-girlfriend of accused murderer.
So she's wanted. Well, all I got to say is...
That was easy.
Holy, what the fuck is going on? Okay. You're off the first few seconds. Oh, you're a criminal too. Fantastic.
Stupid.
You talking about women, bro.
Yeah, we are talking about women.
YNW Melly sits down for an interview with us to talk about the case, her relationship with the rapper, and why she never appeared in court. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Wait, hold on, pause.
So anybody who follows Sidebar knows that we were pretty...
Do we have enough likes, goddammit? Let's see what the likes are at. Giving you all this
1.1?
Bro, we stopping the show.
1.
I almost want to put y'all in the shadow realm for this, because we're giving y'all this fire-ass content. I went over my fucking internal affairs case, explained to y'all how internal affairs work. We went over the Melly case, all the updates that have been going on. I gave you guys a summary of the investigation. Man, I need y'all to like the video, bro. We are not going to continue the show until we hit 1.5K likes. We got 1,200 y'all watching on Rumble, and we got another 1,700 y'all watching on YouTube. There should be no reason why we are not damn near at 90% engagement, man. We are going hard to pay for y'all. It's about to be 12 o'clock at night. You know, we're doing this for the love of this, for the love of it, man. We're not asking for no donations, nothing. You know, if you donate to the show, fantastic. And we appreciate it, fnfsuperchat.com. But it's not a requirement. All I'm asking is that you guys like the video, support the channel, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Definitely subscribe to it on Rumble as well. And I guess we can hit the chats while we wait for these guys to get the numbers up.
On God, like the video. You feel
like the video, man. Video. Come on, man. What do we got here? Nigga said like the video. That's like some motion. Sorry, Chris stuff.
On God, we do. Listen, we do it live. All right. I used to be a teacher.
Goku the Goat. DBT stream was a L sucking Vegeta. He is a great character, but you was verbious. Oh, very biased. I want to call in to debunk the fuckery.
Call in.
Nigga's name is Goku the Goat.
Goku the Goat.
TX, etc. Top 10 RP song nomination. Touch It or Not by Cameron. It's a good nomination, actually. Punisher 541. Myron, I gotta ask. Oh, yeah, and that's gonna be our next episode, by the way, guys. Top 10 RedPill songs.
Yeah.
That's the one I sent. Well, I sent you one.
You think this man is innocent or guilty? Because it can go either way. By the way, let's get a Fed Reacts. Zerkawi and Dnepr Maniacs. I covered Zarqawi already in the 9/11 stuff. For some of you guys that are wondering, Zarqawi, I think it's Masawi Zarqawi, if I'm not mistaken, was the only 9/11 conspirator that was actually charged and convicted for 9/11. He was a French national, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? No, actually, was Zarqawi? No, was Zarqawi the ISIS guy? Zarqawi might have been ISIS, actually. Can we Google him real quick? I want to make sure I got my facts right. Sorry, guys, I'm operating on. I woke up really early this morning. Zarqawi. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, that's the ISIS guy. My bad, guys. My bad. I'm thinking of Moussaoui. Type in Moussaoui. Mousssaui or some shit like that. Yeah, Zechariah Moussaoui. That's who I'm thinking of. That God damn. Yeah, French. Yep, I was right. Yep. He was involved in the 9/11 attacks for material support. Okay. WFNF. Oh, we ain't fucking leaving. Keep up the genuine work. Appreciate that, my friend. Double R09. How did you get rid of the bad guys? Sleep more. Sooner history. Appreciate the details and info. Yeah, and also use eye cream, guys. Also use eye cream. Definitely super helpful as well.
Yes. Very good eye cream.
What else here? What are the likes at? Let's see.
1.3.
We need 200 more, guys, or else the show ain't continuing on.
On God.
We got here Opera Ghost, $5. Appreciate that, my friend. And then Robert Rodriguez, W Classic Myron Gaines. Appreciate that, Myron Gaines. And since we're here waiting for people to get the likes up, guys, I got a new Twitter account. It's called UnplugFitX, guys. Please go follow it. UnplugFitX Twitter. If we can't pull it up, Bills.
Yeah, I got you.
It's where I am now going to be posting every single day. One video, and then I'll be posting a couple tweets in there. You guys can get more of an insight. We already got 6,000 followers, so shout out to y'all, man, for supporting. Appreciate that. The goal is to get this thing to 100K and trigger as many feminists and libtards as we can. As you guys know, Twitter is a cesspool of morons, so we are going to go ahead and try to get in the Twitter battles, I guess, so to speak.
Man.
So yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be a good time.
Right.
Yeah. Twitter's a different world, bro. It is such a different world. But hey, it is what it is, man. We got some free speech over there. Shout out to Elon, so we can finally fight. You know, hopefully I don't get shadow banned.
Yeah, he still might.
Fresh and Fit Pod got shadow banned to fucking hell. I already know why. I made one post where I use a certain term on certain people. No, not even that one. No.
Oh wait, word?
Rhymes with maggots. I use that term against Lasan Abbey, Lobby, and some other nerds.
Well, Elon don't care about that either, though. That's
he cared about it at that time, bro. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Was it before his buyout?
It was during that time. Yeah, it was when he had it.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to filter yourself a little bit more.
He ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Well,
and speak to the mic.
Is what it is. Are we at where we're supposed to be for likes?
Still 1.3.
Man,
Myron ain't filtering himself a name. I mean, he kind of is, kind of, sort of, but you know,
he's got to be more intelligent.
A lot of time when Myron makes that, he does this little smirk thing. He does, right? Every time he does that smirk in his head, what's really going on is every time when he does, he kind of just looks into blank area. He's like in his own thoughts. He's like,
For the people asking what type of eye cream that Myron uses, he uses autocorrect by Sunday Reality. It's not cheap, guys. It's really good for a reason. It's not cheap for a reason. So, yeah, if you guys want it, it's really good. They sell it at Sephora.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird that you insist that you go in there, but Angie just buys it for me.
Yeah, he doesn't even enter.
I'm not entering Sephora.
Guys, top 3 things that Myron doesn't do because he's misogynistic. He doesn't let me drive ever. He never gets in my car when I'm driving. Never. Like, not even his Honda. He doesn't enter Sephora.
He doesn't enter Sephora?
No, he would refuse to enter Sephora.
Yeah, you only go.
And I can't think of another thing right now.
W misogyny.
I gotta think of another thing.
Well, one can't count clearly because she said 3 things, only came up with 2 woman math.
Top 3. There you go. Number 3.
All right. So, yeah, female math. What do we at for the likes?
1.3 still? Am I tripping?
Let's see.
Refresh the page. There's no way.
Maybe I gotta refresh or something, bro. I think my ears are tripping.
We still 1.3.
I think my ears are tripping, bro. I don't think
just don't want to like the video.
I don't think my ears.
Since y'all don't want to like the video, we ain't continuing the show.
I don't think my ears are seeing clearly, bro. You feel me?
My ears aren't seeing.
I don't think my ears are seeing clearly, bro. My ears.
You know what? I think we can do something here.
You feel me? But you feel me, Myron? On God, bro.
You don't like the video,
bro.
man.
What are y'all doing? What is y'all doing? What are y'all? Yo, first of all, we doing this for y'all. Oh well, Myron kind of he loves doing this shit anyway, bro.
Since we're gonna kill time some here, I wanna explain to Myron what's girl math.
Bruh.
And I'm gonna give you guys some examples so you can react to it, okay? Because I told Icy that I was gonna do that.
Oh shit.
We're at 1.4. We'll let Angie talk about girl math while I get a protein shake. Since
Girl
you guys
math
don't like the video.
is something that only makes sense to if you're a woman.
Facts.
Example: calories don't count when you're on your period. Nope. Wait, Myron, I need your reaction for this.
Ooh, W period.
Bruh.
Huh? Wait, is my mic on?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not paying the $15 for shipping instead spending another $30 to get the free shipping. That's girl math.
Wow.
Yeah. Packing a minimum of 14 pairs of underwear for a 7-day trip. That's girl math. That's facts. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that one.
It says here, if you're a man, it's important to understand girl math so you can understand women a little better. Another example of girl math. If you pay in cash, it's free. You heard that, Myron?
If you pay in cash, it's free.
If you pay in cash, it's free.
Cause that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that makes sense,
That
bro.
makes so much sense.
That makes I ain't gonna lie.
Bro,
That makes a lot of sense.
No sense of financials, bro.
That makes a lot of sense, bro. And for some people, like, how does that make sense, man? What are you talking about, bro? Because that's not her money, bro.
Yeah. No. Wait, let me see if I
We
can
still
find
at
another one.
1.4K. Man, y'all better like the video on God, bro, on my soul. Yo, I put that on Myron's kids, bro. Y'all better like the video on my soul, bro. Listen, y'all better like the video or else me and Bills, we gonna break in your home and we gonna start pouring milk before cereal, bro, on my soul, bro. Yo, I swear on Myron's kids, bro. I swear. Even Myron. I got Myron on that. Yo, I'll put that on Myron's kids. You know, you gotta put his kids through the adversity, you feel me? So
the adversity is crazy.
Make sure y'all liking this
another
video.
example. When
Talk
there
to
is a buy one get one half a sale, where we will always take part. That's
a buy
Facts.
one
That's
get
true.
one what?
Yes, buy one and get one half off. So the other one is free or half off. If you buy a purse that is $300 and you use it 20 times, that is $15 a wear.
What is it?
If you wear and use the purse 50 times, that is $6 a wear, which is basically $1 per wear because anything under $5 is free.
Bro, what is it? Bro, this the hood, ain't it?
Does that make sense for you guys?
This the hood, ain't it?
I heard something about breaking into houses and pouring cereal before the milk.
On God, bro.
Pouring milk before the cereal.
Yeah, on God, we pouring milk before cereal. On God, bro, on my soul, bro.
What would you guys do if you walked down to your fucking kitchen and you saw me with a ski mask on pouring milk before the cereal?
On God, bro.
What would y'all do?
If a ski mask is pink, I'll be laughing.
The what?
It would be pink.
The
yes.
ski mask.
It would be the ski mask.
On God, bro.
I'll probably just go upstairs and let him have the bowl, bro. I'll be like, bro, he ain't bothering nobody.
Listen, bro, I put that on your cousin Myron's kids, bro. I gotta put your nephews through the adversity. You feel me? You feel me, Byron?
Why do you always gotta put my kids in it, bro?
Yeah. Why don't you
No,
put
that's
on
your that's your nephews, bro.
Why don't you put it on your kids?
What?
Why don't you ever put it on your kids?
I do.
Yeah.
But you thought I'd be safe out here in these streets, bro? Nah, bro. Even I ain't safe out here in these streets. On my soul, bro. On my soul.
If you guys want to hear Mo be quiet, you better like the video.
On God. Y'all better y'all better hit that like
Or
button.
else you guys are gonna continue to suffer with Mo's terrible ad-libs.
Wow.
What y'all want to do?
On my soul, bro.
Bumblecard.
Yo, I swear to God. bro.
And the sound effects.
On God, bro.
And girl math.
Oh shit!
And girl math.
Girl math, bro. That shit was hilarious, bro. Oh God.
That was
That's
easy.
an actual thing. You guys.
Accusations.
That's a
These are
good
not-
topic for Fresh and Fit.
Say what?
You should make the girls explain girl math to you guys. That'd be funny.
That's not bad, actually.
Hey, and also, people are asking for the sandwich contest.
I ain't gonna lie. And Goku the Goat on Rumble, bro.
Okay.
I don't know why you putting in your last 4 digits like it's, we finna have a call-in show. I'm finna just spoil it now, bro. We're not gonna do a call-in show. And just to keep it 100, your little ego ain't really that special, bro. To do a call for us to like, oh, hey, let's take the time to go on Blog Talk Radio. Call
All right, so you can like argue about us on fucking Goku versus Vegeta.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Mr. GC11's Joe Myron, what's your EDC and what holster do you recommend? Specifically for Glock 26. You should do a stream on CCW.
I will do a stream on concealed carry for you guys. I'll give you guys my EDC. EDC stands for everyday carry. I'll give it to y'all. But
what holster do you recommend?
I use a Filster Skeleton, and they're not paying me to say that.
What do you use for that one?
This one?
Yeah.
I'm a real nigga. I don't need to set a holster for this. Just put it in my waistband.
This is
down the Marco. This is Byron. All right.
This the hood.
Byron don't use fucking holsters. That other nigga Myron, he is square. What are we at here?
1.4 still, bro.
Y'all not watching,
bro.
Chris Junkies,
Y'all really, bro? We doing a fire scream. Y'all gonna want us to end the show, bro?
I got a house I'm gonna go rob. I'll be back,
bro. What? Allegedly, by the way, allegedly. You know, on the next Fed Reacts, we're gonna be covering Byron for Rico.
Let's just leave this like this.
He's gonna leave.
I gotta iron those shorts.
We deadass do be. Hey, shout out my dog Viking, bro. Facts, bro. We deadass do be having hate watchers, bro. They just be coming in just to hate, just to talk smack, bro. They be like, I don't like him. He's more successful than me, and he got this fat dude. He's more, and this fat dude's more handsome than me.
Goku the goat, $5. If you whisper Smo's name at Burger King, they put an extra patty on your burger.
I don't mind chats like that, bro. I have no problem chats with y'all roasting me. That's cool, bro. First of all, you better like the video. If you gonna roast me, at least like the video. Then you can roast me all you want. You can roast me till the sun come up.
Yo, people, put the
God.
camera on me, Bills. Guys, not this camera. You know I hate it.
Bruh.
She love that camera.
I hate that camera. I don't like my profile.
You gotta trust me.
You gotta trust the process.
Fuck, Bills. Okay.
Damn.
People, listen up. We're hungry here. We gotta go eat. So please like the damn video.
She said we hungry here.
No, seriously. We're starving here. Like the video.
Okay.
That's all she had to say.
On God.
1.5.
Oh, look, we got the double.
1.5 now.
Oh, we at 1.5 finally, bro. It's about damn time, bro.
Bills, why do you have to put this camera on me?
Bro, that took way too long, guys. God damn.
Yo, Goku the goat, bro. At least the roast, the roasting chats, bro. That's worthwhile. You know, like yeah, keep them coming. Elmo, Burger King, McDonald's. I don't give a fuck.
You got some super chats in here.
All right.
We know.
Wanna read them?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, bro, make sure you guys keep liking the video. Then you have to like, subscribing on my soul.
FNMSuperChat.com, guys. Let's go to the video, and then we'll read the chats after.
All right, for sure.
Because we made them wait long enough. So let's run that video on hyperspeed.
And we're looking at hyperspeed.
Girlfriend.
Yep. Hyperspeed's crazy.
Heavy in covering the YNW Melly double murder trial out of Broward County, Florida. This was the case of the rapper, real name Jamel Demons, who's accused of shooting to death his 2 friends and fellow YNW group rappers Christopher Thomas Jr., or YNW Juvie, and Anthony Williams, or YNW Sack Chaser. The 2 men were found shot to death on October 26, 2018, after Melly's co-defendant, Cortland Henry, or YNW Bortlen, pulled up to the hospital with the bodies of Thomas and Williams in the car, claiming that they were all victims of a drive-by shooting. Now, the evidence has suggested that this was a staged drive-by shooting, and that the shots actually came from inside the vehicle. And in their case, the prosecution focused on ballistics, trajectory, potential gang affiliations of YNW Melly, but in the end, it didn't work. The jury didn't find Melly guilty, but they also didn't find him not guilty. They actually couldn't make a decision. They were hung, and a mistrial was ultimately declared. It came after 14 hours of deliberations. Not an easy case. And as we think about the upcoming retrial, we look back at the case and we think, wow, there were a lot of people who testified. But there was one significant absence, someone who was mentioned but never appeared in court. YNW Melly's former girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton. Now, why is she so important? Well, Mariah Hamilton's mother, Felicia Holmes, told police in December of 2018 about a FaceTime call between Melly and Hamilton, her daughter, right after the shooting, where according to her, Melly said someone shot the car up, that a car was coming behind him, that presumably the shooter or shooters were hiding there, and then he said he thinks Zach Chaser and Juvie are dead. Then she says she saw Melly at this guy Fredo Bang's house. Apparently, Fredo picked him up after the shooting. And while she offered to Melly to stay with her after all this happened, she says Melly went to a video shoot after all this happened.
Pause.
And at some point, Holmes says that her daughter...
That infamous video shoot where he was dancing and turning up the day after his friends were killed. You know, and then Fredo Bang, as you guys know, is the rapper. I think, personally, from looking at the evidence, Melly and Fredo Bang got rid of the gun. They went back to the crime scene and they got rid of the gun. Because they never found the weapon in this case. Which was, I think it was a .40 caliber handgun that killed them. They speculated which gun it was, but it was definitely .40 caliber. Let's keep running it.
Told her that Melly was threatening her and that she feels Melly had something to do with the murders. Hamilton even talked to law enforcement about a text from Melly where he allegedly says, "I take lives." Hamilton also addressed possible tension that Melly may have had with one of the victims, and follow-up reporting indicates that might have been Zach Chaser. Now, this
is that the Top Golf in Miami Gardens?
Likely, that's like
that video.
It's more than likely, because that's like probably one of the only like public
Top Golf's an area, right?
Yeah.
That Top Golf is in my that's your area, Mo.
Yeah, that is exactly my area. Right between all them highways connect to each other, between the turnpike, the 826, 95. It's actually Bills. That's
this
next
case
to that.
Is so close to home. Goddamn.
The studio that me and Bills have worked in is right next to that one too.
Yeah, walking distance.
I'll be walking distance.
All the time.
Yeah, that's where I took you to Top Golf. Remember?
Yes, I remember.
She doesn't like that memory so much. All right, let's.
Damn, I know why though.
You know why?
Yes, bro. Marco for Myron.
All right, let's go. Let's continue on.
Important testimony, right? This is important evidence. But the problem was, Miss Holmes' sworn deposition, years later in 2022, was not consistent with what she told police in 2018. In fact, when Holmes took the stand in YNW Melly's trial, things got heated, basically accusing the government, from law enforcement to the prosecutor, of threatening her and her daughter, Mariah Hamilton, to testify against Melly.
Did you have an opportunity to read the statement you gave in 2018?
I read the statement.
Okay.
I don't remember anything from that statement, but I do remember my deposition from December 22.
Were you honest and truthful with law enforcement when you spoke with them?
I would hope so. I mean, it was 2018. I went through a lot in that year, so I'm not sure where my mindset was at that time. I do remember that they kind of bullied me and threatened my daughter and take her to jail for accessory after that. I do remember that.
When you first took the stand, you said, "I feel threatened."
Yes, sir, I do.
Who do you feel threatened by?
Christine, Your Honor. Christine Bradley, the prosecutor.
This prosecutor.
Yes, I do.
So with that in mind, we here at Law and Crime had the unique opportunity to actually interview Mariah Hamilton herself. Again, she never appeared in court. Now, in our interview, she was accompanied by her attorney, Christopher Barris. This was in his law office. And also her mother, Felicia Holmes, was there as well, and we asked her some questions. And with that, let's play you our interview. Mariah Hamilton, thank you so much for coming on. I think I want to start off by just saying I'm so happy to see you and meet you, because it's been kind of, I think a lot of people wanted to hear from you. I think a lot of people were expecting to see you at the trial. And there's been some issues in terms of what's been happening with the police. If you can explain to people why we haven't seen you or heard from you.
You guys haven't seen or heard from me because I'm currently wanted. I've tried to get the warrant lifted plenty of times.
Fantastic.
But it's just been like a constant battle with my lawyer and the prosecutor.
You stupid.
So I've just been, laying low, trying to get the warrant lifted before I could even come in and, speak my part.
Let's talk about that. So, and by the way, you are in your lawyer's office. Your lawyer, Christopher Barris, is off to the side. He's going to come in a little bit later. So I saw that it was only, I think, yesterday or the few days before, you filed a complaint against the lead investigator in YNW Melly's trial, Mark Moretti. And you basically accused him of bullying you and harassing you into providing testimony in this case. What can you tell us about that?
When the situation first happened, me and my mom was I was threatened. I was 17, about to turn 18. They came to my house. They were telling me that they were going to arrest me with accessory after the fact. My mom didn't know what to do. I was young. I didn't have a criminal record. I didn't have a background. I was trying to go to the military at the time, so I had to just tell them what they wanted to hear so they could leave me alone, which I thought they would leave me alone, but they didn't. So, yeah.
Why did they think that you were a part of what happened?
Because I was his girlfriend at the time. So they thought that I knew more than what I was telling them that I knew, which I didn't. So they were just harassing me, being that I was his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time. So,
when you say Mark Moretti was harassing you, what was he saying to you? What was he doing?
When he first came to my house, it was so unexpectedly. I had pulled up with my cousin, and they were outside my house parked. And I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, what's going on or whatever. I'm asking what's going on. She's like, they want to talk to you. You have to talk to them. They're threatening, saying that you're going to go to jail. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I ended up telling him my story. I told him what I knew. He told me that I was lying. He told me that I knew more than what I was telling, and that he was going to, he could arrest me for accessory after the fact. So we ended up he wanted me to get on a tape recording and tell him what he wanted me to tell him, so which I did. After that, he was like, they wouldn't bother me anymore. I thought they wouldn't bother me anymore. They were still calling and texting my mom, asking for me. I refused to talk so many times. And yeah, I haven't really talked to them ever since then, since 2019.
And now you said that there's an arrest warrant, it's still out, it's still outstanding. Why do you feel comfortable coming out now and talking about this?
Because I just want people to know that I'm not running because of like any money or anything like that. It's because I don't want to go to jail for something that I did. I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do or something that I'm not a part of. I just feel like people's looking at my side of this. They're looking at me wrong, and that's not what they're showing is not true. Basically,
You want to clear the record. So you filed this complaint against Mark Moretti. What are you hoping happens there?
I hope the judge can lift the warrant off me, and I don't mind coming in to talk. I never mind coming in to talk. Me and my lawyer tried to go in to talk on so many occasions, but I was always threatened with, if I don't tell them what I want to hear, what they want to hear, I'm gonna go to jail. So it's like, I never went to jail before, so that's my main concern right now.
Oh, I get it. Let's talk a little bit about YNW Melly. So first of all, how did you meet him? When did you meet him?
I met him. I was 15. Yeah, I was 15. I met him through mutual friends. It was my homecoming night. He had just got out of a program. Yeah, he had just got out of a program. We met through mutual friends. He was like, his friend was telling me that he wanted to see me after homecoming. So me and my friends were like, okay, we'll link up with you guys after homecoming or whatever like that. So instead of us going to like, after homecoming, you go to after parties. We end up like, hanging out with them. And ever since that night, me and him just been cool.
Guys, remember, Melly's very young. I think when he got arrested, he was like 20 or something like that. So Florida does have Romeo and Juliet laws, if I'm not mistaken. Mo, can you fact check that?
He's 24 now.
He's 24 now. He got arrested. So he was what, 21 at the time? So when they met, and I think she was 17 or 18. So I think, 18, she's of age. I think there's Romeo and Juliet laws in Florida, but we can look it up.
There's
what's the age gap? 5 years or something like that?
Looking it up now.
All right. We can keep going playing with the video, but
like we just been close ever since.
Was it like love at first sight? Like you thought he was attractive, or like?
I wouldn't say me, but for him,
He was.
He gave me weird. Like when we first met, I thought he was weird. My friends was like, he just really likes you. I'm like, I don't know, but it was cute, but it was like weird too at the same time.
Well, you were so young, right?
Yeah, I was 15. I was 15. He was like 17, I think.
100. Okay.
17.
So he's 2 years older than her. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet laws. What's the age gap, Mo?
They said 1,460 days older. So approximately 4 years.
1,460 days?
4 years. 4 years.
That's a very specific amount of time. Okay.
Well, that is exact.
1,460?
Approximately, yeah. Approximately 4 years.
Okay, 1,460 divided by 365. Yep, exactly 4 years. Okay. So yeah, there was only a 2-year age gap. So he's protected.
Okay.
So even when he turned 18 and she was 17, he's fine. Because the age of consent in Florida is 18, unless, obviously, like we said before, in Romeo and Juliet laws.
He got a worse case to worry about, though.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He got something way worse to worry about than this, man. So, yeah. So, no, guys, he is not a pedo for that. Like I said before, Romeo and Juliet laws apply. Let's go ahead and hit play here.
Personality like? Because I think there was a lot made during the course of his trial about his demeanor, smiling in the courtroom, praying, kissing up in the sky. What's he like?
He's just he's different. Like he's a very outspoken person. Like he doesn't mean no harm, but he's really different. Like he's always lighting up the room, like regardless. Like if he's even going through something, nobody would tell because he don't show it. Like he shows it differently. So he's different from. He's different. He's goofy. Yeah.
What was your relationship like with him?
We was good. Our relationship was good, but we had some bad times too. I wouldn't say we was always good. We had our differences, which any other couple had. But our relationship was good. We was like best friends. He'd tell me anything. I'd tell him anything. When I'm going through stuff, he'd be there for me. When he's going through stuff, I'd be there for him. So, yeah.
Are you guys currently talking at all, communicating?
No.
Is it because of what happened?
I honestly, it's not even just because of what happened. I just think, it just might not be the right time for us with the relationship part as of right now.
Yeah, because he's facing
maybe
murder.
We come along in the in the long run in the future, but as of right now, I'm trying to get myself together, and I know you have a lot going on, so it's like.
Has he tried to reach out recently?
No.
A big part of this case was talking about, is it possible YNW Melly would shoot his two friends? And the question became, is he violent? Have you ever seen him violent in any way?
No. He's a very goofy person. I don't think he would be violent. I don't think he's a violent person at all. Like he's never showed any violence towards me. So no. And
you ever see him with weapons or anything like that?
No.
And the accusation that he's part of a gang, what do you make of that?
He never showed me that he was a part of a gang. He never told me like, hey, I'm a part of a gang or I'm this and that. Like the things that they were talking about during the trial. Like,
Niggas throw that shit in. That's hilarious.
Stop the cat.
That's fucking hilarious, bro. That's some funny ass shit. Niggas would throw that shit up right when she says that. She never told me he was part of a gang. Let's keep going.
was new to that as well. Like I didn't know of him being or wanting to be or however they're trying to paint the picture of him being in a gang. So.
Did you ever hear of any of those people that he was communicating with, that they say he was communicating with?
I heard about them, but I just thought everybody was just all friends, close friends. Like I was never a part of, he kept me out of anything that he ever had going on. So, yeah, they were like,
when you say that he kept you, in other words, was he on his phone talking to people or like taking phone calls away from you or not making sure he didn't see your phone? Nothing like that?
No. I had his password to his phone. So like, and he would never walk away while he's on the phone to talk to anyone, not in front of me. No.
So in other words, if he was part of a gang or he was talking to people who were part of a gang, that's something you would have known?
I would have known, yeah. And no, I'd never known that, no.
I want to talk about Sack Chaser and Juvie. What were they like? You know, I really just want to get an understanding. Their lives were lost. It's a tragedy. What were they like? What was your relationship with them?
They were like family to me. They were like my brothers. They always made sure I was straight. Anywhere we go, like his shows, to the studio, anywhere, they made sure I was straight. Like made sure I had something to eat. Like if I had to go to the bathroom, they would walk me to the bathroom. They were like big brothers to me, honestly. And I never had brothers before, so I really appreciated that a lot. Like even when there was times where, you know, if it was an altercation, they'll make sure like I'm okay. They'll make sure I'm straight. So I really appreciated that a lot.
Did Melly ever have any problems with them? Because there were accusations that, you know, they might have been jealous of him, there might have been financial problems, money problems, anything like that? You see?
No, not at all. Like he loved them. They went, them two out of everybody. It's a whole bunch of people a part of YNW. Them two, they were there everywhere he went. Like anywhere he'd go, he would make sure they're in his budget. He'll make sure they're a part of his budget. He'll make sure they got a flight. He was just always helpful to everybody. So yeah.
Mariah, do you think Melly killed Sack Chaser and Juvie?
No, I do not.
What makes you say that?
Because he treated them like they were his brothers, like they all had the same mom and the same dad, which they didn't. But he never showed a sign that he didn't like them, he didn't want them around or anything in that sort. So that was just odd.
If he didn't do it, do you have a theory about who did do it?
But if you guys notice, by her own admission, when he's holding things in, you can't really tell. So,
Falcon punch!
All right, let's continue on.
No, I don't.
What have you met Cortland Henry?
Yes, I did. Yes, I have.
What's he like?
He's cool. He's like a brother too. We're both Aquarius, so you know sometimes we have differences, but he's like a brother too. Yeah, I know him. That's the crazy part. I know him longer than I know Melly, so yeah. We just have the other one.
What's Melly's relationship with Cortland Henry?
The same. Like they've known each other for a long time. They all went to school together.
I don't believe none of that shit.
They're like brothers. They interacted together when they were younger. Yeah, they love the studio. They bond at the studio. Even outside the studio, they always bond. So.
Would you say that Melly's relationship with Cortland Henry was closer than it was with Sack Chaser and Juvie?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Do you think that he is capable of killing Sack Chaser and Juvie, Henry?
I don't think so.
I want to get a little bit into what happened that night. The night that you found out. First, let's just start from this. When you found out that they were killed, where were you and what was your reaction?
I was at home in Cocoa, and I was in shock. I was in disbelief. I didn't think it was true. I thought it wasn't true at all until I actually came down there and found out about it.
Who told you, or how'd you find out?
Answer that question.
Oh, the police are the ones that told you the story.
Huh?
It was the police who told you about the incident, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah. I found out through the police. Yeah.
They came to you and told you. And what was your reaction? Were you just shocked? Did you break down into tears? Did you say what's happening?
Yeah, I was crying. I was terrified. I was scared. I was scared for everybody in the situation. Me and my mom went that way, and I couldn't. Ever since that situation, I couldn't sleep for a few days. Like I was just still in shock about the whole situation. So yeah.
Did you call Melly immediately and say, "Are you okay?" Or did he call you?
I went down there immediately.
Went down where?
To Miami, because I live in Cocoa at the time.
Right.
So I went to Miami. Yeah.
But did you speak to him before you went down and said, "I'm on my way"? Or
no.
Did he say anything to you about the shootings?
No, he never talked to me about the shootings.
So there's been a lot of back and forth that he had communicated to you about it and said that he was there, that it was a drive-by. Is that not true?
No. Wait a second. Mariah, you know, Mariah's position, Jesse, is that...
here comes a lawyer.
You know, she was never told by either Melly or Bortlen about the incident itself. She did learn about it, but she never had any conversation with either of those two individuals about the actual incident, anything that happened that night. So the questions you're asking, I know everyone wants to know the answer to those questions, but I think that's what she's going to tell you, and no matter how many times you ask her that.
Well, I only asked her one time, so I'm just curious if she says she didn't know anything about it, she didn't speak to him. I mean, I'm sure Mariah can tell me that, but I'm just curious.
Okay. Well, and I want her to tell you herself. But again, I don't want this to turn into an more. If she tells you she doesn't know, she doesn't know, and it's not going to help to try to get into the after conversations or any meetings that you may have.
Of course, he's going to be there.
Well, I hope I don't think this is interrogation, but I will tell you, your lawyer did say that we could ask anything about the case. So I hope that this isn't a tension. But I just wanted to ask. If you don't want me to move on, I can definitely move on.
Concerning the night with what I have going on with the situation, I don't feel comfortable speaking on the situation from that night.
Of course.
So let's talk about the trial. Did you watch it at all?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
It was sometimes where I could watch it, and then sometimes I just cut it off, and yeah, I hated it. Like I didn't like it at all.
What'd you hate about it?
Just how the picture was painted. Basically, I didn't like that, especially if it's with me and my mom, and how we got like paid off when that never happened. So.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. And by the way, if your mom wants to come in for this question, I would love to ask her about this too, because we covered the trial. Yes, your mom is there too. Hi. I just was curious. Hi. Good to see you. So I wanted to ask you real quick about this. That was a very heated moment in that courtroom between you and the prosecutor. What can you tell us about that?
It just was a lot of anger with me because of everything me and my daughter have been through, what Christine Bradley's tried to put us through. I felt like we're getting persecuted more than the defendants, you know. I feel like the Cortland has more rights than I do. You know, I'm on an ankle monitor and I'm supposed to be your witness. And when I'm telling you one thing, it's like you're not taking that for an answer. Even right before I came into the courtroom, I was in a little room with Christine and she asked me a question I told her I didn't know. And she was like, really, Felicia? Like telling you do know the answer. Like anything I would tell them, you have to go back and forth with her with it. I'm going to file a complaint against Mrs. Bradley. That's something I'm talking to my lawyer about right now. I have the Dr. Detective already, but we did just go to court. She had court on my birthday to have the ankle monitor off for her to get in front of the judge and say, like, I'm a flight risk. I'm not going to show up for testimony, and she doesn't want me to have it off. So at this point, I don't want to testify, but if I have to, I'm going to go plead the fifth because at this point, I'm going to get arrested. She's trying to send me to jail. I mean, there's no immunity for me and my child.
Can you both make this clear for anybody who's following and haven't followed the complexity? Has there ever been a point when either of you were evading law enforcement, evading the ability to testify, and they were trying to track you down, and you were not cooperative? If you can make it clear about that, what that means. Were you ever evading law enforcement or trying to testify?
When you say evade, I'm not going to say I evaded them. What I'm going to say happened was I was a travel nurse in California. She was serving subpoenas in Florida. I'm in California. You're serving subpoenas to my ex-husband's house. We don't live there anymore. I have an address. Christine Bradley has not had one sheriff knock on my door in Orlando, Florida, and serve me a subpoena not once ever.
Mariah, what did you think of your mom's testimony? As I said, it was heated.
Yeah, it really was heated. Like I said, I didn't like it. I just felt like she was painting a wrong picture for me and my mom, basically making it seem like we were paid off, and that wasn't the case.
And that we're running from her when our lawyer has called her on so many times, and we've even set up times to meet with her to get this taken care of. And it's like her with her, it's either you go to jail, you say what I want you to say, or you go to jail. And I don't think witnesses shouldn't be treated like that.
And that's the reason why I haven't. My daughter's changed because you're threatening me with jail if I don't tell you what I want to hear, and it's like that's not fair.
She's never been to jail. She's had me in Broward County Jail. It's filthy. It's disgusting. I was treated like crap in there. I don't want my daughter to be put to that, do anything like that.
Because she ain't turned herself in, bro.
I'm not going to get into the substance of it, but just so we're clear, there's never been a situation where you told one story and then changed your story, because that's their accusation.
Their accusation is I told one story and changed my story, but they're not telling you that the story I initially told was under duress. We're basically forced to tell the story, or you're going to take my 17-year-old daughter to jail. I mean, I'm not trying to see my child go to jail for anybody. So if the stories get changed, it changed because of what they set into play. It's on them the story's changed. But if I want to tell the truth, they don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear. They want to hear whatever they can hear to make a case against Melly to convict him for first double homicide and get the death penalty.
Is this legal?
That's what Christine wants. She wants my story to help her get that.
Let me ask you both this. Were you surprised that they went for the death penalty against YNW Melly?
I was surprised. I was surprised with the death penalty because of the evidence. Because, you know, I didn't even think he did it. The first person who ever told me that he did it was Detective Moretti. It never even crossed my mind. I was a mother-in-law who was thinking that, you know, because I knew he had gotten to with other rappers, and my daughter actually got into an altercation with him and another rapper in California at a studio, and it happened maybe 3-4 weeks before that. So I'm thinking that's what happened. I'm thinking rappers are someone's trying to kill him. So that's what I was under the impression. I never once thought this young man, because he's always been happy, he's always been dancing, I've never seen him with a gun, so I never once thought that he could actually kill the two guys who I saw him with every time I saw him.
You never seen Melly with a gun?
They were going after him.
He did a whole, in the documentary that I just showed you guys, he literally goes over his entire infatuation with guns. When he was a teenager, he actually got involved in like a shooting, like shooting a gun in there and everything. He's always been infatuated and loved firearms his entire life. So
he even put in the chorus of his song Virtual Blue Balenciagas, where he was naming bullet sizes.
Yeah. So I don't know what that mom talking about. You clearly don't study your girlfriend, your daughter's boyfriend. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it was crucial. It really hurt my heart for a minute. Even when he first went to jail, because it's like it was just unbelievable, honestly. But, especially with somebody he's with every day, 24/7. So.
Mariah, you said you watched the trial. The prosecution presented evidence about where the bullets came from. They presented text messages about whether or not he was involved in a gang. They presented evidence about that he might have written I did that on social media. When you were hearing the prosecution's evidence against YNW Melly, what did you think about it?
Honestly, I was just so in disbelief. Like I would watch it sometime and then I'd turn it off. Like some parts of it, I'll just turn it off because it was just like, I can't believe this. Like this is not what it's supposed to be. Like it's not supposed to be like this at all. So yeah.
And forgive me, is it Felicia?
Yeah, Felicia.
What did you think of the prosecution's case?
I thought that she did a piss poor job. I don't think she's a good prosecutor. I don't think she's a good person. I don't think she can have that job. I'm trying to figure out what is Broward County doing with someone like her presenting a case this magnitude. I don't think she should be there. I don't think she knows what she's doing. So that's why I think she's doing all the manipulative stuff, is because she doesn't have her case together. She dropped the ball on so many things. Get your case together and stop making the witnesses pay for your mistakes. And that's what she's doing. She's made so many mistakes. Her and Brady, to now it's falling back on me and my daughter to making everyone think that our testimony is going to make or break your case. Your case should not be based off of me speaking with him the morning of. I didn't think he did it. I didn't know he did it. So why would my testimony be the smoking gun? I don't understand why she would think that my testimony would help her. I don't understand.
The jury couldn't come to a decision. There was a mistrial. What was your reaction to that, both of you?
I thought that it was. I felt bad for Melly, because I felt like if to get this far and now you have a mistrial, I have to go through all this again. I just kind of felt bad for him because he's still in jail. Like, everyone's thinking it's a celebration time because of the mistrial. This man been in jail since 2018 off of evidence that's not even really there. So I felt bad for him. I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad for him.
I felt bad for him too. Despite like what me and him have going on, I wouldn't want to see him in that predicament and in that position at all, especially when I don't believe like what they're saying is true. So yeah.
Were you shocked, Mariah, that they couldn't come to a decision, or were you saying, I can understand that?
I was shocked, but also it's understandable, but I was shocked. Yeah.
I was shocked. I thought he was going to be for sure not guilty with everything that Detective Ray and Christine Bradley have done to.
But the system nowadays is not the same,
especially in Florida.
Yeah. So.
Well, if his retrial happens, Mariah, I'll start with you. And they want you to testify. Are you going to testify?
I'm just trying to get the warrant lifted. I don't mind going to court as long as the warrant is lifted, which she's giving me a hard time with that. So I honestly don't have an answer to that.
She's wasting taxpayers' money. She has me on a house arrest, man. I'm nervous. She's just, the lady's crazy. I think this is her career. It's for her career or something. This is personal. And you can see from me in her testimony that it was very personal. Like, she has a personal problem with me. It's nothing professional going on with me and Christine Bradley. This is all like we have the same baby daddy or something. Like, me and her have some beef with each other. That's how you can look at our testimony and see it's something personal going on there. So,
I have to ask, if you end up on the witness box again and she's questioning you, what's that going to look like?
I'm going to plead the fifth because I'm not. She wants me in jail. She wants to impeach me, and she knows this today. So why would I get on the stand in November when I already know what you intend to try to do to me? So I'm going to go ahead and plead the fifth. So she's going to waste taxpayers' money for me to plead the fifth in November.
By the way, what did you both think of Melly's defense team?
Well, pause.
I think they did a pretty good job. I think he had a pretty good defense.
Her taking a fifth is something you can only do assuming you might say some things that might incriminate you. So that should tell you guys everything you need to know. Yeah. So that's what what's her name? That's why they got when they did the wind up in the Tory Lanez case, and Stallion's friend didn't want to testify and she took the fifth, is because she could say something that might incriminate her, so they gave her immunity to testify. So yeah, man, these chicks, both these women are crooks, and the daughter ain't gonna say shit either. She gonna take the fifth too. Because they're going to say, well, you lied and you covered up for him and you're impeding an investigation. So she ain't going to say nothing either. So they're both useless witnesses. Their minds are made up. You know what I mean? They're with Melly. So it is what it is. Let's, we're almost done here.
I have something a little different.
Oh, what do you got to say? Go ahead.
Do you think she's going to like use her warrant as leverage of her knowledge?
You mean like use her warrant like you
as a bargaining leverage?
Say like, oh, like get rid of this warrant and I'll testify?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she's gonna have to testify and tell the truth, which would incriminate him.
Which I actually don't doubt she would do that.
They probably already offered it to her and she said no. Guaranteed, they probably offered it to her and she said no.
Cause I might, cause of course I don't know. I'm brand new to only as much as I know is
the charge
how much
that they're
I watch,
holding over her head is probably a bullshit felony that she probably wouldn't even do time for and would probably get probation. So she looks at it like, it's better for me to just fight this and or just deal with it rather than snitch on him and then have to look over her shoulder the rest of her life.
I think I still think she would, like, cause the way I'm just looking at how her face is, like, she looks like she's using her warrant as like bargaining leverage.
No, she's not. Because if she was, she would have been told. She's not using it.
I don't know if they took the offer. That's my other thing.
Nah, they would absolutely exchange her testimony to get rid of that dumbass warrant. They would, 100%. Because she probably has a bullshit charge like, impeding an investigation or, accessory or some dumb, like a very low level felony or a higher level misdemeanor probably is what she has. So she probably weighed the options. Okay, they removed this, but I cooperate, and now I'm on the hit list for the G-Shine Bloods, and Melly's going to hate me, and I can't go back home, and I'm going to be labeled a snitch. Remember, she's still got to go back to where she lives.
Yeah.
So, and then she's got to deal with, like, people all over the United States hating her. Because here's the thing I want to tell you guys. When I was watching this trial live, the chat, it's like 70,000 people watching this thing live every day, 50 to 100,000 people watching it live. I would say it was averaging around 70.
Mm-hmm.
all of them were YNW Melly fans. All of them. Huge Melly fans. Melly's innocent. Melly's innocent. When they would do the polls saying, do you think Melly's innocent? It would be like 80% think he's innocent, bro. All Melly fans watching the trial. So, I mean, his fans are fairly delusional in the face of like physical evidence. Because if you actually know the evidence and like studied the case, you would be like, yo, this nigga's guilty as hell. Which is why they're pushing so hard to continue the case, even though you got Brady issues, you got exculpatory issues, you got detective issues. They're still pushing to do the case. That tells you how strong the evidence is. Even though there's so many fuck ups in this thing.
One of my best friends is part of that stance. Like, he didn't do anything.
Niggas is delusional, bro. He 100% killed him. Now it's on the state to not fuck it up. They had it. But Moretti being a retard, the prosecutor not disclosing Brady evidence, we went over the fuck ups that they have. But that's how strong the case is, where the evidence is that strong, where the state's fuck ups still can't refute the power of the evidence because the evidence stands on its own. How are you going to explain bullet holes on the side of the car that contradict the story of a drive-by? How are you going to explain the wound patterns showing that it was a kill shot from a close range, despite them saying it was a drive-by? How are you going to explain how are you going to refute the phone data that shows that Melly's phone was there? How are you going to refute the shards of glass that show that it matched the vehicle? How are you going to refute the shell casing? How are you going to refute the shell casing found in the back seat where Melly was sitting? How are you going to refute the CCTV footage that clearly shows Melly get in the vehicle the last time we saw any of the individuals alive? How are you going to refute all the contradictory statements made by the witnesses? How are you going to refute the GPS data? Even if you take away the Moretti, you take away the prosecutor's incompetence, the evidence is that strong that it stands on its own. It's all irrefutable evidence. Irrefutable. This is not my opinion. It's fact. You got medical examiners. Yeah, it was a kill shot. Stipplings on the skin. You know? And, you know, there's a famous saying that homicide investigators always say. The evidence, right, speaks for the victims. The victims are gone. They can't speak. The evidence speaks for them. And in this case, the evidence speaks fucking loud, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. I have not seen a stronger circumstantial case than this. Now, I know what y'all are saying. Well, circumstantial cases aren't necessarily always slam dunk, or they're not always beyond a reasonable doubt. Well, here's the thing. When you take circumstantial evidence and you compile it with other pieces of circumstantial evidence, and it builds a timeline the way that this thing did, right? A fucking damn strong timeline, by the way, when you combine the forensic evidence, the the wound patterns, the bullet trajectories, the phone information, none of that stuff is debatable. None of it. All irrefutable evidence that stands on its own. That is why they're going ahead and pursuing another trial. That is why they're putting another prosecutor on the case. That is why they're okay that even if they lose their lead investigator, that they will still probably win this case, even without his information. Like, dude, even with the prosecutor fucking up, the evidence is that strong, man. I mean, hell, Melly's own documentary puts him at the scene of the crime. Like, come on, man. He literally
Falcon punch
himself. You know what I mean? Like, the evidence is irrefutable when you actually line it up and look at it. You know? So, anyway, let's go ahead. Close this thing out. Actually, she already spoke. This is the mom now. Fuck that. We're good. We're good. Let's go ahead and read the chats to close this thing out.
I'm options, by the way.
I know your options. We know your options, my friend. What do we got here?
1 second. Let's do this one right here. Oh, we did this one's already. Perfect.
All right. Appreciate the details and info. Thank you, Sooner History. Albo Ace goes, I just figured out what religion Zelensky is. Can't make this shit up, SMH. Can't wait for the Dawson Ritter stream. I have so much to say. Oh, you ain't know what Zelensky was? Hey, man. Ninjas like the video. Myron, this question is irrelevant to the topic, but I gotta ask because many people want to know. A podcast in California address your take on them. What do you say about that? I already addressed it. If you whisper Mo's name at Burger King, that's the Patty joke. Goku the goat. Okay.
It's still worth putting, bro. You know,
B Music goes,
W roast.
Bills is dressing like a crackhead. Just love.
Oh, whatever, bro. Haters.
Okay. Enron goes, DBZ Shrimp was fire. Yeah, I got to do a DBZ Budokai Street Fighter tournament for the culture. Angie, write it down. Maybe. We covered Dragon Ball Z to death on that one.
Myron would like a Street Fighter tournament.
Shout out to Fed Reacts, man. I recently watched Money Monday from last week, and I got my Amex Platinum card. By the way, I don't see your StreamLabs in your description.
Yes, it is.
FNFSuperChat.com, bro.
It's right here.
Literally, FNFSuperChat.com, man.
I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah, man. Best music goes, this woman painted hair on her forehead. What the fuck? Yeah, I know, man.
Nope.
It's like, I know, bro. I'm not with the hair hats either, man.
The hair hats.
What do we got here? Shout out to Thomas Sotomayor.
How dare you?
I think that's all of them. Let me make
That's
sure.
it?
Yeah, I think.
No FNF ones?
No FNF ones.
No FNF Super Chat ones.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. This one, someone asked, "Is that you running your Twitter?"
Oh, Myron, is that you running your Twitter? Because I seen a Myron account interacting with one of the copycats, Big Feet Pale Girl. Then there's an ugly guy called.
That is Myron, by the way. Yeah.
Talking bad about you. Don't have him on the show. Make an X community.
What? Make an X
Oh
community
yeah, I'll
too.
do that.
And yeah, that was Myron. That's Myron's Twitter. I know.
Unplug FedEx is me. That's literally me, guys. That's me tweeting.
Remember, cause
this is me on it right now. Y'all can see. This is my Twitter, guys.
It's cause I didn't believe it either when I saw it. I was like, Myron, that is not you saying this. You're like, yeah. I was like, bro, what? Yeah, that is Myron. Yeah.
That is me. And go to
cause remember what I asked you about earlier before the show? I'm not gonna say the name on the live.
What?
The person.
Oh, my ninja.
That I met at the CME. Remember?
No worries.
Yeah.
It's fine. Hey, I mean, she made a valid point, so I had to say something. Yo, Myron, what's your EDC? Oh no, I read that one. Okay. Doge shit poster goes, yeah, YNW's mom is hot. I'm going to make him call me daddy from jail.
What?
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm options for his mom. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
She had him young. She had him at like 15.
God damn.
So she's actually pretty young. His mom.
Yeah.
That's my Twitter right there, guys. Unplug FedEx. Check it out.
I'm options too.
I'm sure you are. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get the last take on the people. Bills and Mo.
He did that shit.
Damn, is that
God damn, nigga. Okay.
Damn.
Oh, well, actually, hold on, Bills. Is this the first time that you heard the evidence like from front to back that I described?
Yeah, that's the first time I really you guys really went in depth with it. You know,
Okay.
I've heard
All
some
right.
of the things, but yeah, that was definitely the first time.
Yeah, and I did way more. If you guys really want to see the evidence like line by line, watch the first episode I did on YNW Melly, and you guys are gonna see. I read the complaint and I break down everything for y'all. What about you, Mo?
I was actually extremely interested in this case. I've actually watched your first breakdown of this, and I basically the first time I saw it, I was like, yeah, he did it, like kind of like how Bill said.
Mm-hmm.
I still, I mean, because maybe that's just her woman logic or her women math. She thinks, maybe she thinks she has more leverage, where the girlfriend thinks she has more leverage, saying, oh, maybe I can use my knowledge as like a bargaining tool for leverage, to get the warrant out. But maybe she's asking for a little more than just her warrant. She's probably asking for some protection, or extra protection, and maybe making more terms.
All right.
Whatchamacallit? I actually doubt that the girlfriend's mom is actually in on it. I think she's just being an emotional woman, and she just has a personal beef.
Yeah, she doesn't like the prosecutor.
Yeah,
she hates her.
I
so
think
she doesn't have an incentive to help. I think it's just between just a little emotional beef with the prosecutor. I actually don't believe that the girlfriend's mom was really in on it. Yeah,
she's probably just trying to. If anything, she's probably just getting her daughter out of it and away from it.
Yeah, because it doesn't really benefit them like that to cooperate. It really doesn't when you look at it. Like they don't have like big charges over their head that they're holding. Like it doesn't benefit them at all. They lose more by cooperating than by cooperating.
But I think she's probably looking for protection.
All right.
Maybe the girlfriend's looking for protection.
Nah, she's gonna need protection if she testifies.
Exactly, but that's probably what she's gonna be demanding.
And it's not worth it. No one wants to go into witness protection, bro. That shit sucks. And it's not easy to get. It's not easy to get. I don't even know, like, would she even be able to, I don't even know she'd be able to get it at the federal level. She'd have to go to the marshals. This is a state fucking case. Why'd the marshals take this on?
Exactly.
So, Angie, what do you got to say?
Follow for reacts on pills. Hate this damn thing. Follow for reacts on Instagram for reacts. Remember, guys, I'm gonna keep active doing lives on Thursdays. So I'll probably do a live to update the cases for you guys on Fed Reacts. Okay. Yeah.
Bam. All right, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. We'll catch you guys. I'll drop the next Fed Reacts video on Thursday. It's either going to be Menendez brothers or Osama bin Laden. But other than that, man, love y'all, man. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for a Money Monday. James Sexton isn't here, guys. He got sick. So, yeah, I know, man. I'm really bummed about it, too. So I'll have to improvise and find something for y'all, a topic to cover for you guys tomorrow. Rolo and them are in town, so I'll probably have a panel show for y'all with the bros this week. We got a couples show on Wednesday, so I'll figure something for y'all tomorrow on Monday. But yeah, I'm just bummed because it's like, fuck, man. But yeah, he got sick, man. He couldn't make it. So don't worry, we'll improvise. We'll figure it out. We're gonna reschedule with James Sexton. But other than that, man, love y'all. Catch you guys in the next episode of Fed Reacts next Sunday. Actually, well, this coming Thursday it'll be a pre-recorded. Then Sunday we'll be live, and then on Monday we're gonna have a Money Monday for you guys. Tomorrow I'll find something for y'all. We'll catch you guys. Follow me on Twitter, UnplugFedEx. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. I'm a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations, okay, guys? HSI.
This is what Fed Reacts covers.
Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did commit the felony. So here's what 6ix9ine actually got. Racketeer conspiracy. This attack shifted the whole U.S. government. This guy got arrested for espionage, okay? Trading secrets with the Russians. John Wayne Gacy, a.k.a. the Killer Clown, okay? One of the most prolific serial killers of all time, killed 33 people. Zodiac Killer is a pseudonym of an unidentified serial killer who operated in Northern California. All these serial killers, guys, they really get off on getting attention from the media. Many years, Jeffrey Epstein sexually exploited and abused dozens of minor girls at his home. It was OJ working together to get Nicole killed. We're going to go over his past, the gang ties, so that this all makes sense.